I'm sorry, lad.
Hello, everyone. No. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the actual 59th Pay It Forward stream. I know last week was a bit of a doozy because of all the DDoS stuff, but you know what? We're here now. Obviously, you know, I'm not like frozen. That would have been so funny. It's like, wait a second. Is he all right? Did he freeze? That's the worst.
Could you imagine?
Yeah, could you? For the next 10 minutes, it's just like nothing moves. Like, oh my gosh, he froze. Would be
That'd
the
be
worst.
something.
That'd be the worst day ever. But anyway, well, again, like I said, it's 50 minutes paid for it. And of course, my guest decided to show up early because, you know, he was like, you know, I got to be prepared. I feel like this is like my big moment in time. And if I don't get the questions right, I feel like a failure. No, nothing like that. But no, I'm glad to have. I usually try to schedule people after because I never know how they will for the Pay It Forward stream. But I will describe a little bit of what the Pay It Forward stream is. So the Pay It Forward stream is for the past 59 Fridays that have been able to do it. I go around to other. So I go onto the Rumble side and I go onto their live stream section. It's just a collection of live streams. It's not live stream of gaming, live stream of whatever. It's just a collection of. And so I go to like the very last page, and I choose a person per page to kind of interact with, you know, say hello, whatever, maybe give a donations, whatever you do is up to you. But then, you know, we may stay for a little while. If they don't interact, that's fine. We go on to the next person. It's all about paying it forward without any expectation of something in return. Because usually a lot of creators, when they do stop by somebody or whatever, of course, it is good to check to make sure it's not 24/7 stream or a bot stream, as some would say, but even then that'd be difficulty. But, you know, they want them to interact. You've seen somewhere they want them to show up on screen and show their face, all that sort of stuff. I get it, but it's not the game I play. So even if they don't respond, it's fine. We move on to the next person. There's wholly more people than that one person. So there we go. But I do have, one second, I gotta refresh. I do have the last page, and I'm going to, hold on. I gotta show presentation, and then I've got to go to, boom. All right, there you go. You can see that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we're here, last page. And I'm just going to go through it. So one of the rules is I don't do 24/7 streams. Now, there is one exception because I've had them on before as guests, and I will point that one out when I see it, so that you know that this is one I trust because I've had them on before as guests, and they run a music thing. But we'll get there. Um, but yes, so we will. I choose one person, say hello, all that stuff, and then we go from there. So I'm looking at what we. You know what? We'll stop. Ooh, hold on, I gotta do my thing. All right, there we go. All right, we're gonna stop at this one. See what this one's about.
Nice.
He looks like he's playing
Look at
the
this. I've got a little girl.
Dead by
charm.
Daylight.
Her name's Susie.
I believe. Yeah, that's what it looks like, Dead by
And I've-
Daylight. But anyway,
I have a nail gun charm. I've got a trapper plush charm, a Hattie figurine charm, a tracking device, a bloody
Hattie.
token. You have Hattie?
Yeah, look, see, I sent you a picture of the wall chicken in the
Oops.
specific channel.
In this specific channel.
There we go. But let's see. Oh, don't tell me I froze there. Oh man. There we go.
There, like the radar,
Okay.
there is like a tornado warning.
Oh. Oh, that's right. You had a tornado warning area too.
Indianapolis.
So it sounds
Yeah.
like it's unfamiliar.
Yeah, just a few miles west of me.
Oh my
I
god.
had to end stream earlier because of it.
There are a bunch of them.
Wow.
Yeah, y'all supposed to get hit.
Well, yeah, it sounds like he's not too far
My
from that
grandma
area.
was telling me.
Or something similar.
Shit, you can hit these nuts.
Hey, yo. Yeah, that's what I've been saying. Gotta equip the wall chicken.
So it doesn't look like he's
Nothing
getting
else
from
matters
his
but the
chat
wall
room.
chicken.
Well, how's it a Minecraft?
Yeah, because you can see he's like Twitch,
It's a wall chicken.
It's
Instagram,
that crazy
TikTok,
face right beside of it.
YouTube.
Why aren't you using that?
But we'll give
I
him
do.
to like the 39, 30-second
Usually,
mark.
I didn't
If
equip
he
it
doesn't see
on
us,
that
we'll move
day.
on. Starting to
I
get some
used the
bad
good
weather here. Yeah, I
guy,
hear you. Well, you're in Texas, so
the
that
wall chicken, the good guy, and then the vampire killer.
Like,
That's what that hammer.
The way you said that almost asked, is there good weather in
Whip
Texas?
only Belmont can we use.
is there good weather in Tornado Valley?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Sound like he might be getting hit by that storm.
But no, be
You
safe
sent
out there.
us
Be
out.
safe.
It's not here yet.
But yeah.
Oh, I just realized I never readied up.
Oh, he isn't ready up yet.
I think
Okay,
he's
you're
I think he's about to see it.
No, he's talking about the game.
I know, but he's up. He's looking up now.
Oh, it
I don't know.
says he's
We'll see.
offline.
He might be restarting his router or something.
Oh,
I've been saying I'm gonna do that for like a month now.
oh yeah.
Tyler is the fucking king of procrastination.
Cilantro,
Oh.
what up, Jason?
Oh man, he's got a bottle of Jack Daniels right there. Holy
That
crap!
is- Why bother? Why bother with the glass, right?
Yeah,
If it's
soon
only
I will
yours,
be
why
the king
bother?
Of the heart of the cards. that
All
are
right.
big.
Well, he didn't see. That's all right. We'll move
You
on to the
think?
next person. But anyway, that's sort of how it goes. So we're gonna go on to page 27 because I don't want to stay. I do try to at least do an hour, at least if I have a guest on. So because I do a chat thing. But you know what? Since you're here, you have the opportunity to choose one yourself. So now again, we'll kind of check first to see if they're good, but what one grabs your attention to look into?
Texas Attitude says, "Let's send him a straw for that."
Send him a straw for that.
That's
He doesn't need a straw. His mouth is pretty much it.
That's what the long neck is for.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question, Daramouthe.
Yes, sir.
Are you a gamer?
I have played games, but because I don't really have much time, I usually don't. I mean, I just got done playing a mod pack in Minecraft, but usually the majority of my time I'm not playing very
I
much
gotcha.
because of other stuff. No comment. I think that's best. I really do.
That's all good. Yeah, no, I was just curious because like when I look at this page, one of the first things that pops out to me is that Apex Legends top middle.
Oh, you want? Yeah, we
Um,
can go that one.
part of that, might be because I have recently been wanting to hop back into Apex Legends. That for a while was one of my favorite games, and I put a lot of time into it. But also, pretty flashy thumbnail there, and it's not so busy that you can't tell what's going on.
Yeah, that's true. I think I'm not a thumbnail master, so don't take my ordeal. But some of these get ridiculous. Like they either put a lot or they do the whole or whatever thing, and I'm just like, okay, I don't care to play the game, to be honest. Oh, thank you, Midstar. Nice to see you. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, I don't play the game. Like I know that kind of is a detriment to me, like being a big grower or whatever. But I don't care because I do this thing that allows me to talk to people like yourself and Midstar and so many others.
Oh yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah, so I'll either go through an organic way or something else, but I just can't do the whole the title thing and all that other stuff. Like you have to do the click, not clickbait total, but sort of like a clickbaity sort of thing to kind of draw that attention.
Yeah, as much as I don't like the clickbait, it definitely helps.
Yeah, and that's why I can't play it because I just it's just not in me to do so. Not that I couldn't want to, but it's just it's very detrimental to what I'm trying to accomplish or
for sure.
do with this. But anyway, so we'll go to this one since you brought it out. We'll go to this one. We'll see if this person's a real person first. All right, so it's about an hour, 31 minutes, and you can see his hands right here.
Face cam off.
Oh, let's see why this.
See that or it's not working. But all right, I'm putting the link in the chat. People can say hello if they want to.
Suck, dude. Shit on him.
Oh, there he is.
Oh,
absolutely shit on him. What are you doing there, going down like that? Holy fuck!
Don't go all down on that guy.
I didn't know they brought this mode back. I used to play this mode all the time.
Wow. I've never played Apex. I know it's free though.
Yeah, it's free, and the skill ceiling is very, very high.
Wow.
You gotta get really good at it, and it's not easy.
The only one I've ever played is like Fortnite, but even then I'm like casual and
what are you doing? For real?
Yeah.
So, you can get away with a lot if you're very sneaky.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda.
Alrighty. Well, we'll give him till, because it seems like he's on a lot of different platforms.
Yeah, he seems a little bit locked in right now.
He's locked in, bro. He's gotta make it. So we'll give him till the 30 minute mark, and then we'll go. But yeah, you know, it almost feels like Overwatch. Like when I see this, I almost feel like Overwatch-y sort of thing.
Yeah, I could see that. Just the whole feel of the graphics and the art style, definitely similar. It is a battle royale, so it is different in that aspect. But this mode is an arena mode, so it's 3v3 team deathmatch kind of thing. So,
ooh, and he died.
Man.
Ooh, yo, you can see right there. He's on Twitch, YouTube,
Rumbler,
Facebook.
hell yeah.
Oh, there we go. He saw us.
Yeah, we can hope so, man. Hope you're having a good one. Appreciate that. Make sure to drop you a follow. Appreciate you coming
Apex
through
Legends is actually born from the Titanfall universe. So if you're familiar with those games, anyone out there, that's what it's based off of.
What does that mean? Where it says $2 under your name?
That's for you. Yeah, the money's for you.
How come it? I wanna. Oh, there we go.
That's
click
fantastic.
on your profile.
I'm going live right now. He probably sees me live.
He's looking into you. Uh-oh, he's looking into you.
He'll see me go live, and he'll be like, "Wait, he's watching me? Holy crap!"
FBI's not the only ones watching you now.
Yeah. It's too funny.
Never seen that before. Got like fucking $2 under your name.
Yeah, no,
that's for me.
Yeah, it's for you.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Just tell him it's a donation.
No, appreciate that, man. Appreciate that big time. I think that's the first I've ever gotten anything on Rumble.
Wow. Well, I mean,
Hell yeah.
he's got 2 on
That's
Twitch,
awesome.
0 on YouTube, 0
Well,
Facebook.
that gets your name up on the
Yep.
board, man.
Woo!
Down here, we don't have
See,
a place
that
for
was
Rumble
another reason why this popped
currency,
out
but
to
we
me.
can
He
put that
didn't
under
show that he
donos.
had any viewers, and I personally, being a gaming
Oh, I
streamer,
gotta get a new
know how
marker,
difficult it
evidently.
is to
I
show
thought
up and
maybe it
grind
just needed to get
regardless of whether people are
pushed
watching
and
you or
shaken
not.
up, but it
And
is not
the
coming
gaming
back.
empire, you know, the gaming
Rumble rants?
universe
Okay.
on
So it's like,
content
what do you
creation,
call that, like a
everyone's got
premium
such a
chat or
short
something?
attention span for it that if they
Here, I'll
don't
put the little
captivate you
Rumble logo. I'll
in
try
that
and
first
make it. What's
few
it look
minutes,
like? Like a
they're out, they'll
sideways-
never come back. So
Okay, that looks
I know
like
how much of a
bee, not
grind it can be.
fucking Rumble logo.
Yeah, no, and again, this
Oh
thing
my
is
god,
its
I
own
can't draw
form
where the shit.
grindy, but at the end of the day, I do it because it has the biggest draw of opportunity around. I mean, gaming does too, but you play your main motive is playing a game where I'm not tied to pretty much anything.
Yep.
Per se. So that's not. Oh, there. Oh, look at that! Look at Texas. We gotta refresh.
There we go. Community coming
Daramouthe in the
through. I
chat.
love that.
W's in the chat. Doesn't matter what platform you're on or where you're at. Let's go, y'all.
There we go. Oh, what you put a slash
Wait,
in
what
my
the
name? What?
Does that mean someone just sent $5 now?
That is what that means, pal.
Yep. Yeah, it's 7 now.
What in the world?
You know what? It's a little uneven. Gotta finish that out.
Is that for real?
Yes. It's good.
Yo, that's crazy. Well, let's put that up on the board then too. Texas attitude.
He's got attitude.
Yo, let's go.
There you go.
That's insane. That's crazy. Yo, to even it out. Let's go. Yo. Hashtag W's in the chat, y'all. Texas Attitude and Daramouthe. Is that hopefully how you pronounce it?
Hey.
A $5
That's right.
dono a piece. Let's go.
Yeah.
Dude, that's crazy. That's crazy work.
Now I guess that you
Appreciate that. How long does it take before it goes into my earnings thing?
you pronounced it. Oh, not even anymore.
A little bidding war, eh?
I'm
Hey,
gonna.
let's go. Shout out to Daramouthe and Texas Attitude dropping the donos on
I can't go
Rumble.
any farther than that. We got more people to stop by. Gotta
Not
stop.
even anymore? Am I missing more now?
No, it's
Hold on, I was clicking on stuff.
No, it's not.
Yo, Texas Attitude with another $5 dono. Yo, appreciate that.
There you go. That's how you
I
win
could
it.
shout y'all out. I don't have shout outs on Rumble yet. Appreciate that. Big time. Daramouthe with the $5 dono. Texas Attitude with the $10 dono. Appreciate that, y'all. Definitely dropped you a follow. I used to sync my YouTube here for a long time. Now I don't think it's synced, but I started streaming here a couple months ago or so.
Some will do, some
So
won't.
we're live on it every single day. Appreciate that big
I don't
time.
expect anything out of it.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. Makes all the difference. We're live on 11 platforms all day, every day. Better than the best.
11?
11
11?
platforms.
All the way up. Let's go.
It only
Appreciate
shows
that.
4. Holy
I was gonna
crap.
say. But you know what that means?
Insane.
That
Yo,
means this
y'all.
guy is paying for a service to put this stream out to 11
Hell yeah.
platforms.
Keep doing it, man. I'll definitely try and
Because
check out
the only
stream.
free ones out there only do 2 at a
No,
time.
we'll do Texas.
So if you want to do more than
Appreciate
that, you have to pay a monthly premium.
I keep forgetting
he's
now
not-
because I always pop up.
He's got
pull up
3
homies
total
on Twitch
viewers
and
on
Kick.
Twitch and
And I
Kick.
was for a few days. I
Doesn't
remember
he only has-
trying to pop them up
yeah.
on Rumble, Party, a few places.
That's a
Noise,
grind right there.
You know,
That's
trying to
dedication.
network a little more.
Yeah, but
on
at
other
least
platforms
he's
as
got
well.
a safety net.
Appreciate that.
So
Well, I'm glad that Rumble
Appreciate that big
is
time. That's what's
as
up.
good of a community as it is because they're the ones that are going to reward that kind of effort. Sorry.
office bed lovers. Oh, I better refresh it. Yeah, well, there's still some things they gotta work out, like freezing stuff like that.
Yeah, it happens,
but-
but
Getting my
they're
ranked
getting there.
arenas
This
grind.
new RTMP Direct is
Hell
going to
yeah,
be
that's
so
what's up.
amazing.
Absolute legends.
Glad to do it. All right.
I'm hoping to try and get into the creator program on Rumble.
Woof.
You know,
Well,
I still need some more followers and such.
yep.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. Spread the love. That's what's up.
How many followers
Hell
does he
yeah,
have?
Hefe, let's go.
54.
Okay.
So, but even then, that's
Appreciate
11
that big
platforms.
time.
But only
It's
he says he's
legendary.
just gonna go eat food. I am not
Hell
either,
yeah.
Texas. That's a lie. That's a dirty lie. All right, we're gonna go off to see more people. But you be well, man.
Let's go.
Goodness sake, lies from Texas. All right, but no, yeah, there's still plenty of stuff to work on. And Rumble Studio. Oh, I mean the RTMP. I know is turning out well. The direct RTMP is turning out well.
Yeah.
But there's still issues that if you use directly from Studio, you're still gonna run into issues of. So I'm not responsible for what I say. That's yeah, that's an excuse. That's a
Okay.
big excuse. Yeah. So even but there's still issue with people who still use directly from Rumble Studio. There's still a crash out after 2 hours or so.
Mhm.
There's still some blockiness and freezing. There's still a bunch of stuff, but the new thing that came out is certainly going to be a win for at times. But
Yeah.
I'm
Well-
not sure how long that win's going to hold when the live streams are still acting up.
Well,
So,
even at those issues, they are being addressed and fast. Like
Yeah.
the I think the biggest issue that they wanted to address was the actual like the visual fidelity and the audio quality,
mhm.
and being able to do the direct RTMP. It definitely addresses those in a massive way, because before the whole studio system was very limited by some bitrate issues, and this blows that out of the water. So
Yeah.
very
Definitely.
hopeful as a new creator that's striving to get into that creator program. I
Yeah.
see so much potential there.
Well, and not only that, but once it becomes stable enough to be for everyone, Rumble Studio will be if it remains free to a degree, it will beat out all the other broadcasting software out there other than OBS or any other one that's free. Because you have to pay for StreamYard, you have to pay for Restream, all stuff. A lot of my newest followers, as a result, Restreams will keep up. Oh, thank you, I appreciate that. Well, I try. I can't say I do the thing that gets the notice, but I know how important it is when you can reach across the table for a conversation. So, all right, but we're on page 27. You got a bunch of ones right here. Eddie Hall and Wig. Let's see. Spartan. Tekavor. Ooh, Valhalla. Let's check out some Valhalla.
Like that thumbnail. That's good.
All right. Putting link in chat so you guys can do. Oh, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Hold on, I gotta do this. There you go, Texas A. Because it's a little too long. The attitude part is a little too long to write in. So, thank you, sir. I appreciate it. All right, gotta get back to the real stuff. Okay.
That's crazy, dude.
All right.
Cheers, everyone.
Sounds like he's playing Plastic Beach. All right, there we go. Okay. Oh, I spelled that wrong.
Shit.
Jeez, what the? I didn't see that. Oh, he's really hitting it up.
Yeah. I don't even know if that's TOS.
Daramouthe. Thank you for the $2 donation on the Rumble. And thank you. I hope you're having a good day too. And a good weekend as well. Thank you very, very much. Appreciate you coming in while we're getting down on some Toke sessions. We're about to hop back into some more sets.
Well, I know a few people who are
Our lungs are
420 who are on here, so.
Dang.
Yeah, I just didn't know if you could like actually show the act of doing it. I didn't know. I know some streaming platforms that prohibit that. So
Yeah. Oh, yeah. YouTube is a big one. But he did see us.
Shit.
So. Hey, look at him. Texas is doing it.
And we begin through the Assassin's Creed series as the last few months.
Oh, really? I've never
Whoa.
played that series, though.
Well, we
Never
just generally now have a
drew me
pizza in
into
the
it.
oven, so we're kind of just like passing some time.
Oh, okay. So he's got the good
Pre-prepping
stuff.
Sounds
for
fantastic.
the feast, you know what I mean?
And I just had pizza last night, and it still sounds fantastic.
Hey,
Another $2 donation from Mr. Texas Attitude. Hello, dude.
Hey, Nerdle.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you, Nerdle. I play it. Oh, you play it?
Appreciate
Okay.
that support. Welcome everybody to the Tech TV show.
Okay. We gotta start heading off for a
man.
lot of the people.
We're just having a little session right now.
Oh, come on. I can't
And
believe this.
Neurodivergence. Welcome as well. Welcome everybody. Greetings to you all.
Yeah, everywhere. I love that.
What?
What Texas put in the chat.
Oh,
Grinding
you're
up the bread right now,
everywhere.
too.
Yeah,
Real
he
quick.
is. And be great. There
Looking
we
for
go.
the other half of my grinder here. I was like, where'd it go?
Uh-oh. Ah, thanks, Daryl. Okay. Ah.
Some little nugs in this grinder.
He's going
here.
back to his catching up on the green, if you will. All right, off to another. I'm not gonna
Found
say
ourselves a true botanist for sure.
So, bro, like there's this green here, and it's called the Great Ganja, and I'm like, cha. Yeah, oh man, it doesn't look like there's much here. And we don't go to nature ones. Nature ones are also 24/7.
Yeah, they're often unmanned.
And of course, there are music ones as well. I like how there are some people who use, like, we'll just stop at this one, but there's some people who use Rumble Studio and either they forget to end it, which I don't even know if they were using it to begin with. But yeah, so yeah. I guess it's I wonder myself.
I wonder if they're doing that to cheese studio hours.
I'm thinking, but I'm hoping that they those type of people don't get added because otherwise Rumble's gonna lose out hard. But all right, next page. All right. Ooh, aprendre. Oh, their language. Oh, the English. Oh, yeah. I can't do it anymore. Met my
Infowars
weekly limit.
watch party. Wow.
Hey, don't
So
worry
you got
about it.
people that are basically just watching other people's streams on stream.
Yeah, the good old restream content sort of issue right there. But unfortunately, you can report it, but you have to have the big thing is that the original creator has to DMCA because they do respond to the DMCA. We're going to skip this page because it's a little off. Yeah, you get 24/7, so we don't do that. Some of them say 24/7, and some of them do not. So that's why we have to figure it out. Yeah, 24/7. Yeah. Keep going until we get there. Yeah, 24/7. Luckily, I'm grateful for the ones that say 24/7 because at least they're giving me some truth. You know, you know what? For as long as it's been here, I like that thumbnail. Synth Wizard.
I think I tuned into that guy one time. I'm not lying. I think I did. I saw that thumbnail. I was like, I have got to figure out what this is about.
Yeah. It definitely is a music one. It's 24/7, thank goodness. But I've just always, whenever see, it's like, Synth Wizard! I'm going to rock your heart tonight. That sort of stuff. All right, next page. You know what? It helps me, though, because the ones that aren't, that are 24/7, total 24/7 like that, I can just easily skip. There we go. But so we have maybe there. I do know this person. So we have gaming there too. Oh, hey, Confused. What? Confused Coast. It is nice to see you again. Good, sir. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for the raid. I appreciate Coast raid. What? Oops. Oh. Yeah. Hold on. Hang on. There we go. Someone get that person up. Thank you, Coast. I appreciate it. It's been a hot minute. How is the pay for stream? It's going well, Coast. It's going well. We just went through a few pages of 24/7 stream only once. So there's that. But now we are here on this page where we have a few options. Oblivion Remaster. I don't know if that's something. I do know
It's a
this
game.
person.
Yeah.
It's a game. Okay, got that one right there. But pretty much below that, it's pretty much pointless. Well, I've never heard of it, so we'll go there since you mentioned it. We'll go there. Okay.
Hey.
All right. All right. So let me get the link, and I'll put that in the chat. There you go. Struggling again today? Yes, Neuro, it is struggling again today. Unfortunately, every day seems to be a struggle for Rumble on that regard. All right.
Yeah, this guy's stream seems to be having some issues too.
Oh. And he's only 12 minutes, it looks like. All right. Oh, I didn't have the sound on. Okay. All right. And do that. And do that. Link is in the chat if people want to say hello. Oblivion. That's not the remaster that came. Oh, yeah, it is a remaster.
Mhm.
I have a reading comprehension of a problem. I'm glad to support. Yeah. I see words. Don't know what words mean, but I play anyway. Glad.
I have a problem, but it's hard to comprehend.
Comprende? Well, that's Espanol. What? Glad to buy. Oh, I forgot to put for the boom.
I'm surprised you don't have like a copy and paste cheat sheet on a second monitor that you can just.
I only have one monitor. I'm a poor person. Okay. All right. I'm a little poor in that regard. Oblivion mastered. Okay. Elder Scrolls.
So my pet for semen. I know. That's a lowbrow joke, but
Friday for Rumble. There you go. Game Pass. I don't have Game Pass. Morrowind. Good game. Yep. All right. Well, we'll give him till the 14:30 mark, and then we'll be on our way. Again, whether or not they see or not.
Sorry, I have a thirsty mind, and
At least he's not shy about it.
True. He almost sounded slightly French there, but or Canadian something. Maybe he's Canadian French. I don't know if you can see the chat or not.
Greetings.
Holy crap! I almost thought his mouth was that big. Oof. Jeez. He has a big hole in his face. What is it? It's called a mouth. All right. On a serious note, I have several monitors. One MS. I'm not using or needing it. They're a few years old. If you're interested. Oh no, that's all right. Thank you though. I just need the one. I don't have the desk space for it anyway. Like I really don't have any more space to put a screen up on. So it is what it is. But thank you. I appreciate the offer. I can do just fine. See, so the thing is with all right, he didn't respond, but that's okay. Have fun, good sir. But and also if someone we've already stopped by comes up later on, we don't go back to them again because we've already stopped by them, so they do not get another turn. So we're gonna go to page 20. So I might as well get stoned. Ooh, wow, that's a really good way of making content. I will, sir. Thank you. But oh, what was it? You were mentioning something about the game. Crap, I forgot. Oh God, yep.
Somebody said something about Morrowind.
Oh yeah, I saw that with Confused Coast. CC played Morrowind. Yeah, that's interesting right there. Let me just sit here and have you watch me. I get it, but it's like the latest. Oh, okay, we've already been there too, so we're not going back to that. We are Paul up in there. Gaming Guru. That's always a good name to have. But we need to stop here. Let's try a comic one. Oh, they must have been starting. All right. I'm not staying for that.
That was not quiet.
Oh yeah, definitely was not quiet. World of Warcraft PvP. I didn't know people still. Well, I guess WoW is pretty popular. But we'll stop here.
Oh yeah, yeah. WoW's still very popular.
Yeah, we'll see if it's is anything gonna. If not, we'll. Oh! Gosh dang it! Wrong time. Trying to see. There we go. Not really. Oh, yeah, it's a AFK moment, so no. I'm not gonna do that. Get things ready. Watch some hockey. You two confused. Have a good one. Hi guys. Hey, Horror Stream. How are you? Let's pick another one. Definitely not Mr. Lazy Bones over there. How about this? We'll do Paul. He's playing Elden Ring. I don't think I want to play Elden Ring. I have Elden Ring. I can't even finish the game. I can't even get past the first area.
Oh yeah,
that's how
I've considered it, but I usually the one-player games aren't really what I play too much, which is strange because I'll play multiplayer games solo a lot. It's so weird.
This is more like you have to build up to even get. Like I try to be like brute, strength sort of stuff, but
see if a couple other places on the map or something.
I'm not that good.
Might just hit up a grind. Daramouthe is now following.
Yeah. Watch it. I see you, Paul. I see you.
I thought Daramouthe was already following.
Called out.
I can't follow everyone. Now I'm following him.
What's happening? And Daramouthe with the $2 Rumble Rant. What's up, buddy? Thank you so much. Saying, hello, fellow Rumbler. Hope you're having a great day and an even better weekend. Have fun. Thank you, Daramouthe.
That's how we do it.
Are you doing that thing where you're jumping from stream to stream, saying what's up to people?
He recognized game.
What a legend.
See you later, Texas.
What a freaking... Thank you so much. Good to see you. Yep, yeah, doing some rumbling raids. Fucking awesome. You're a legend for that, man. Thank you so much. And with that, we knocked down 1 HP. You got the whoosh. There we go. For every when we run out of HP up at the top there, we get to spin the wheel of derailment.
Uh-oh.
Pay it forward stream. Freaking awesome. Big ups.
Thank you, Neuro.
Big ups to the Rumble. You've been watching Tomby. Yep. Hell yeah.
You've watched it up. Yeah, Tommy's someone I've had on before.
Well, thank you so much again. Hold on, let me add that. Oh my god. What's that? What do we got here? What do we got going on here? We got a bunch of followers over here. Wait. Good to see Rumbot working. That's awesome.
It works. Thank God it works.
Thank you so much.
Oh, nice.
Oh my god, everyone's subscribing. Big freaking ups.
Good wins.
Hell yeah.
Good win.
Is it storming outside again?
Never heard that one before.
Oh no. There's a storming outside. If my internet goes out, I'm gonna switch over to my do hotspot on my telephone.
Oh,
hopefully the power doesn't go out though. Make sure you hit that follow and smash that thumbs up. Thank you so much, all you Daramouthe Rumble crawlers. I'm gonna call y'all Rumble crawlers because like a pub crawl.
Oh, I don't
know. Pub crawlers. That should be the name of the show, Pub Crawlers.
That'd don't do that.
But let me see here. With that, we can add to the tips goal. Is that 2?
How it goes. How goes it? It goes, Bearded.
Yeah.
Stay for a while and see what we do.
Thank you so much.
Paul Crawlers.
Thank you guys so much. If you decide to stick around, we are fighting the final boss here in Elden Ring. We're fighting Melania. If you know, you know.
I don't even want to deal with that.
We're about to get our asses handed to us.
Yeah, it's basically how it goes.
Kenzo, we got Ripitards in the pub tomorrow. Hell yeah, you know that. You know it.
Oops, I have to spell it right. There we go.
Gotta love them.
There we go. Hello.
Kenzo, you're coming on, right? I love Kenzo. Paul crawlers. I like that.
Paul crawlers.
Off
Creepy
the spread the
crawly in
love.
the slum.
Be well, Paul.
Oh
See
my
you
gosh,
around the
creepy
bend.
crawlers.
Thank you, Daramouthe. Hey, Daramouthe, we gotta
That's a
gotta
throwback.
link up. I'd love to be on your show.
Will
And
do.
just chit chat. So, thank you again
Open
for raiding.
space
Big ups.
in June.
Ooh, a golden seed. We got a golden seed.
Have you ever
See,
played any
knew
like
something
soul type
knew that
game
was
like
something.
Like Elden
I'll be
Ring? No,
diplomatic
I
above
haven't, and that's kind of
AFS
one
for
of the
drama
reasons
or
that I was
hate.
curious.
Hey man,
Mhm.
you could start all
Just
the
watching
shit you
people
want.
play it and seeing
Start all the shit. I'll back you up,
seeing
Kenzo.
the way
We'll
that it
talk all the
plays.
shit.
I
Let's
feel like
go.
it'd
I
be,
got you back.
it'd be a good way to kill some time. Just
Wow.
chill.
This is the
And Derek
puppet.
was saying, "Will do. I have open space in June. Perfect. I'll DM you, buddy.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
That's right. Ain't nobody got time for that. Alrighty.
What's that supposed? What's that
let's
supposed to mean,
go.
y'all? This is the puppet.
Mommy milkers.
That was the wrong one. I did not
Well-
mean to. Oh god, no.
now we're
That was the wrong one.
embarrassing.
Okay.
Now I got a virus. Fuck. Alrighty. Well.
all right. Off to another person. Goodness sake. Yeah. I sorry. What did you say about the something? about the Souls type game.
No, I was just saying I haven't. I really haven't played any of them. The Elden Ring looked like one that I might enjoy, but it's just, again, that's not really been my cup of tea in playing games like that. But I've branched out to a lot of different genres and styles and everything in recent years, so it could be something interesting. I might visit a game like it here in the near future. Who knows?
Yeah, so the thing is, I have Steam. Stream on the 4th of July? No, I do not stream on holidays. I do not do holidays. That's usually family stuff. So no holidays, no family events. Like Memorial Day weekend, I will not be. So next Friday, I won't be here because of Memorial Day weekend. So do not expect.
Is it already that soon?
Yeah, we're about a week and a few days out. But no, I do not do holidays, and I usually let people know. But yeah, I work a full-time job, and I do this thing because I enjoy it, but I do like to have some time off. So yeah, so
Respect.
You will not see me do holidays or family events, just because it's a holiday for a reason.
So real quick, just want
sir.
to sort of point that out. All of you people that have ever had your streaming career impacted by what Daramouthe is doing here, all of the exposure and everything that he's given, he's doing it out of his spare time. So respect that and appreciate that, because there are people like me who that has completely changed the trajectory of their streaming atmosphere. So understand that it's not to be taken lightly. He does this out of the goodness of his own heart. It's fantastic.
Well, not only that, I just don't expect anything. So to explain where I got it from, so a while back, there was the CEO, Chris, and a content creator called Flawed TV had done what they considered a Rumble raid. Now, the point of it was they were going around with 10K, like big money was going out. That was a while ago. That was like almost a year ago at this point. And I sort of got there. Now I don't have that kind of money. If I did, though, if I did, I would probably do the same sort of thing, but I wouldn't give like huge chunks right away. I'd try to do as many people as possible. But the point of the matter is I don't have that kind of money. But it's like, well, it's something to go around, say hello, whatever. So I first started out not giving any donations whatsoever, and I sort of called it like a mini Rumble raid. But it was like at the point at the time there was barely anyone here. It was just kind of like me and doing this. So I kind of just changed it from a mini, like a Rumble raid, to sort of like paying it forward, because I didn't really have anyone to raid with. But there's a difference. There's either time or money that you have two options of using it. So I do both, but the point of the matter is that I can do more with I can do more with on Rumble with money than I can say YouTube or Twitch or whatever, because they usually cost, like with YouTube, right? It's a pay scale. So for how many characters you have starting at like $2 to $5, the more you pay, the more letters you can use. With Rumble, it doesn't matter what amount you pay for, you still get the same amount of characters.
Right.
And that's where you can do a lot with something small. But yeah, so I just did paying it forward because it made sense to do, like, because during that time when they were doing that whole Rumble rate thing, you had to show your face, you had to do all this stuff, you had to be like on camera, whatnot, and I'm just like, you're really expecting something out of nothing at this point. Like I know you're giving a lot of money, but you can give a little and walk away and not expect anything. If they respond, that's great. If they don't, that's fine too, because this isn't about trying to get something in return for giving something, right? You don't donate to a Salvation Army or whatever because you want to get something in return. I mean, if you do, then priorities or whatever. But you don't donate to something or someone because you expect something back, because it doesn't make sense. Then you're really not giving out of the goodness of your heart. You're really just giving because you, the individual, are expecting someone to give you some return because you gave kindness. That's not kindness.
Right.
That's not kindness. You giving something for wanting something in return, that's not kindness.
Yeah.
That's transactional.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I also and trying to look at things a little objectively. Maybe they had those stipulations for the same reason that you don't do 24/7 streams. They're trying to protect the fact that they're giving out. Yes, it's a very large sum of money, but they also want to give it to somebody who's actually there and that actually needs it, instead of somebody that's farming channels. So
yeah, that's where I go and check first. That's where I check things first, because I mean, still, but I get that point. It's just it's just I don't. There are other stipulations too, but I just kind of put it towards 24/7 streams and fake streams, or whatever you want to call it. I got burned out 12, 16 hours a day streaming years ago, and it's taken me years to recover. Now I'm doing differently. I want personal time also. I think the point of why, again, this comes back to content creation. The point of why you even do any of this, right? Play games, political, whatever. The point of why you do this is because you enjoy the process. Look, way back in the day when YouTube was still new, there was no monetization at all. It was just you posted because you wanted to. Now that monetization has become the lifeblood of all platforms at this point, it changes the scope of why one creates. Because for me, it's a bonus. Like, I have a full-time job that anything I get is a bonus. But you do have a lot of people who rely on this for a livelihood, and I'm like, that's kind of the wrong way you go about it, for me. But that's just my point of view. But anyway, we're gonna get back to this. Let's see. Let's go. You don't got their hand. Okay, I need to see what this is about. You don't got their hand. Hopefully this isn't like, we'll be right back. Nope. All right. Well, that was fun. Let me pick something with no one there.
That answers your question.
Oh, look, no one's there. Oh, okay. Espanol. Oh, well, that's gonna be helpful. Ginger Gaming Mentor. Okay, I've heard of this game, but I've never seen it.
When you're a ginger, you don't have a soul. So.
Wow,
If you want
the
to pretend
oldest
to be a
joke
ginger,
in the book
you're
is
gonna
4
have to,
hours.
like,
Okay.
Barter your soul away to the devil or something.
There we go. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. There you go. You get something good to give out of it. So that's awesome. Okay. We're going back to this. There we go. Okay. So you have to link to it. Okay. Oh, that's right. I gotta put the
And I don't care what you say, my friend, because it ain't worth the pay. Oh, you took your soul and you threw it away. Oh, well, why'd you do it? Why'd you rip your soul in twain and two? Why'd you rip your soul in two?
Woo! Go, go, go! Stop.
1 little, 2 little, 3 little soul. What you trying to be like Voldemort?
I have a banjo. Good, go get it.
Hey, we made it.
Gonna need it.
Yeah. I haven't heard. I haven't played this game, but I've heard this one's getting pretty popular to play. The Claire. Oh no, Rest for the Wicked. Sorry, I was thinking the other one. I've heard of this one though. I know that someone has mentioned this. Oh,
I got an apple. I know y'all jealous of my apple. No.
Okay. Well, we don't know if we'll see or not, but we'll give him till the 2-minute mark, and then we'll go from there. That's a good game he's playing. Yeah, I've heard it's a pretty good game.
Double no.
Double. I can't believe this. I can't believe I fell.
Come on, we can do it.
No. Oh.
Hey, we did it.
Okay, he's thinking about. Wow, there's nothing that way.
Thing.
Oh, there we go. For me for singing
Dude,
like that.
I tried to do that last time I was playing
Texas.
this game, and I messed that thing up about 7,000 times.
Texas is
I don't even
putting it
know
out
if it's
there.
possible, to be honest.
This reminds me of a game that I used to play back in freaking middle school.
I think I remember trying it.
It's called
and, like, every time
Gauntlet
I tried
Legends.
it
And it had the same
somebody
like
would come in and be like, hey, you're not
angled
supposed to
top
do that.
down,
That's like the back way down or something
kind of feel to it.
And I was
and
doing the wrong thing.
man, I remember the spots where
I might give it a couple tries.
you had to
before I
jump
give up.
like he's doing now. They were so frustrating.
I'm not gonna waste too much
So
time on it.
frustrating.
All right. Well, he hasn't seen us, so that's all right. Off to spread.
I could understand that, Texas. That makes a lot of sense. I see similarities already.
There we go.
Stop shooting at the wall.
All right, have fun, good sir. Bojinga. All right, page 18. Probably do a few more before we call it. Yeah, nothing on this page, obviously. What did he say? He's a Rumble zombie. Well, well, a lot of is the internet dead theory, to be honest. 2 of the old Diablo devs made that. Really? I didn't know that. That's pretty interesting. Today, class, we have learned a nice thing today. So if you didn't know, the No Rest for the Wicked was made by 2 old Diablo devs. So we learned something today. That's
young ones. Old ones.
Old ones, young ones. At this point, it is what it is. All right. So we got another Oblivion. It's Oblivion. Actually, once that came out, people started playing that like crazy too.
Oh yeah, it was very popular on release.
Mm-mm-mm.
I mean, it still is, but yeah, it came in with a bang. And a lot of people complaining about how their computer couldn't even play it without getting fried.
How often?
Very demanding.
Right. How often you do these types of streams? Well, these are the Pay It Forward stream is every Friday I can. So next, again, like I said, next Friday I won't, but every Friday I can at 7 p.m. Eastern, and usually have a guest join me. Well, like the Goodwin right here, and sometimes not, and sometimes I have a guest join me at like 8 or later, depending on their schedule. So it is what it is. But usually every Friday I can. So I usually let people know. That's why I put my week schedule for the week out at the beginning of the week on Sunday. So that way people are like, oh, look, he has all these people coming out. Like you saw at the beginning of the Sunday where I put out all that stuff for the interviews. How far? Look. Oh, hey, Anna, how are you? Looking wonderful, young lady. I'll come after you for next month. Look, so here's how I do it, right? when I get towards the end of the month, like maybe a week or two before the end of the month, I start going around and pretty much cold DMing. There are a lot of people that I've already had on that I ask on again to some degree, but for new people, it's usually like cold DMing, basically like cold calling, except not. Yeah, you get the idea. So, but usually I try to do it. I try to give myself a buffer, at least a week or 2 weeks within the next month, as a buffer. Like if I fill it up, whatever. I don't have to do like this is the schedule I have right here. Like this is the rest of the month right here, right? I don't have to do that. I don't have to do any of that. But I've not seen graying out. Well, might be because of Rumble issues. Here's a Coach my stream. Well, you know what? There you go. But I don't have to do it like that. I mean, but again, for me, I just didn't see a lot of people who are considered some creators do this sort of conversational aspect. I know interviews, but I don't see them as interviews. I see them as conversational, a conversational show. Because when I think of an interview, I think of what you would have with like the movie stars and all that sort of stuff. They have gas questions. Well, I can ask you questions, sure, and you can ask me questions, sure. But at the end of the day, it can lead to just having a conversation about whatever. I'm not tied to anything that need to be filled. June is when June is next month, and that's when I'll need to, and it's working. Yeah, I just call it a free-flowing conversational show. That's what I call it. Darachat. And it's funny, too. So, so right, when people create a podcast show, they put cast at the end, or they do make a name for it, right? My thing was I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to have to put cast in it, Daramouthe cast, Daracast, whatever. And so I was like, okay, so what is this? Dara talk, whatever. And then that's where Darachat came from. It's sort of trying to get away from doing that cast at the end. Because when you put cast at the end, it really is just following the all other lines of just like cast this, cast that, all that sort of stuff. Darachat, because we talk about what? June is next month? Yes, June is yes, Neron, June is I get it. This year is going too fast. Yes, exactly. But that's what happens when you get older, unfortunately. But anyway, let's get back to this. I'm going to go to the Halo person here. Let's see about... Well, let's see if it's catch up at all. All right, here we go. So it's about 10 minutes in. All right, I think we're good. We'll probably do... Probably do 2 more, and then we'll call it. Not sure. When you figure out that, oops, sorry. When you figure that out, Texas, you let me know. All right. Pretty much June. All of June is open right now. All right. Let's get. Link is in the chat. Say hello if you want to.
Enemy team score. Kill incoming.
Heal incoming. I've never played Halo. That's like, yeah, I've never played it. I've not been interested into either, but it is what it is.
How is he not dead?
Now, I did.
I just
hold on 1 second.
did so much damage.
Boop, 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 boop.
Yo, Daramouthe, what's goody? Fellow Rumbler, let's go, baby. Appreciate that.
Or Dara is fine. Fine too.
Damn, I feel like I got more health than I do.
Sure. And here. Okay. Yeah, no, I was there though when Rooster Teeth came out with their Red versus Blue though, back in the day. I was there when that sort of happened, but yeah, that's pretty much it. I've never played the game. Oh, come on, don't be like this. Don't do me like that.
No. Whoa, what's the
Although I've not always played
Oh,
multiplayer
shit.
games as much. I think
I
the only
thought
one
that
I've
was a
done
tunnel,
is
bro. It was a piece of glass in the way.
Fortnite or something similar, but not
Yeah.
too much.
Oh man.
Well, CBCs. But you already did CS here, so at least it's something.
Yeah, I mean it's support either way, whether he sees it or not, and that's
Yeah.
the entire idea.
Yeah. Well, that and I also do the engagement stuff too. Because I don't know how well I know
Yeah.
it plays pretty well for YouTube side, but you know,
Well,
it's
there's
always
an
that though.
algorithm on Rumble, so you don't have to try and play to, you're not trying to sell out on like you are on
I thought
YouTube.
maybe I could grab onto the ledge, but
Rumble very much allows you to be yourself.
Yeah.
A lot of times is rewarded by that,
it
but
worked
also
out how it was
people
intended
doing
to
what you're
work.
doing, coming through and just being good. It is definitely a completely different realm than YouTube. That
Well, it's and
I
it's
did
smaller
not know
too.
they got like
it is, and there's a lot of benefit to that.
But the problem of it is it's not going to be small forever.
Oh heck
and
no.
I think that's what people need to be ready for is when you get in early on something, it can cement you a bit,
Halo
but
got 3
at the end of
different
the
battle
day,
passes.
people need to be prepared that whether it be the more people coming in and all this stuff and not getting
I don't understand
the
why this
views
one
or
costs the
whatnot,
most, and then
at
those
the end of the
ones
day,
cheaper.
create content because you want
I
to,
don't
not
understand
because you're
their
incentivized
process.
to.
Yep.
All right.
Halo is so overcomplicated now. They could have just left it simple. Bro, I'm so ready for the new Gears of War remaster. That Gears of War remaster.
My
gonna be
dude, have a great night. All right. Let's see if we can't. And especially back in the day, the list didn't used to be this long. It didn't go up to like 31.
Right.
Used to be like 16 or 20. Now it's going up that far, so you know. Okay. All right. Well, this is a page full of wibbly wobbly. All right, here we go. I'm interested in sure, yeah. Video gamers. Of course. You're gonna get your chance one day, Neuro. One day I'll have you on. Alright. We'll do this the last person because it is a bit after. I'm trying to find someone. Riker. We've already been here, so we're not gonna go back. Happy Friday again. I think this is a VTuber. Oh wait, that's right. It's you. I'm sorry, you haven't gotten to pick again. What looks interesting to you, sir? Ooh, wow, it's pretty windy outside. Jeez Louise. Oh, sorry, I was looking at my window. What? It's getting pretty windy out there, so hopefully I don't get knocked out too. What looks
We're on
good
what,
to you?
page 19 now? Is that what we're on?
15.
Oh, 15? Oh, sorry. I
Yeah.
couldn't really see that from here.
We've already
Well-
been here, so we're not going to go there.
Right.
What grabs your eye? That's pretty much the top.
I mean, of all this, honestly, okay. So I only say this because I've been trying to refine my thumbnail game. And so looking at all of these, seeing all this, strangely enough, the one that stands out is the one that the Marvel Rivals one that really doesn't have a thumbnail. Like
this one?
Yeah, because for some reason all the other stuff's just sort of flooding together. Yeah, Bob, we're reading your messages. We just don't care about what you're saying because you're not being constructive. Anyway.
Oh, the problem white guy has been on before too. They will read. He's talking about Blackstreet, the one.
Oh,
up there with
I
the
see what you're saying. I thought I was talking more about calling everyone on Rumble gay and being video gamers.
He's
understand this.
Yeah, he's being a troll. Sometimes you
podcast.
just have to ignore and move on.
Yeah.
But yeah, they are part of John's society thing. Oh yeah, the fringe. What does he call it? The fringe. It's a Discord thing. So there's that. But no,
I
it's
got
it
it.
is
I see.
it's your choice. So whatever you want. If you want to do the Marvel one, we can.
Yeah, go ahead and do that. Why not?
Okay, we'll do that one. This has been popular for quite. Oh wow, there goes the thing.
This is actually one of the first games I started streaming.
All right, I'm gonna put the link in the chat, and then
I feel fantastic.
I
Some
feel
of the
fantastic.
some of the first videos I was making on YouTube were guide videos for this sort of thing. So
Yeah. Oh, like a walkthrough sort of thing.
or just how to use different characters and different combos you can use on them, stuff like that. So
Oh yeah. She's Louise. They used to call them not tour guides, walk guides or whatever they used to call them. It's a lot back in the day. Glad to stop by for the. There we go. All right. Oh, for goodness sake. Okay, hold on. There we go. Now he's probably in the zone. So.
100%. In a situation like this, yes, definitely.
I hope you're doing well. I like it. There you go. But yeah, it's usually you're in the zone sort of thing like that.
Yeah, it's a hard game to read chat while you're playing.
Defeated. Scarlet Witch. Deadly. The movies did it wrong though, after a while. Alright. Well, we'll give him till the 3-minute, 30-second mark. And then we'll go from there. Nope. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. That was the 28, 30-second mark. Oh, goodness. But yeah, I've not played this one either. But again, there's just not enough time in the day. And if I'm not interested in playing the game, I'm not going to be there. Like, I haven't even played Fortnite in forever. Or, in quite some...
Thank you.
Pick your hero.
You're welcome.
Daramouthe.
Oh, man.
Thanks, bud.
He almost had it.
You do the same.
There we go. Sometimes you just have to sound it out for them. And I've done this many times in sounding it out.
Magic is not to be owned, but to be felt, experienced, lived.
To that Doctor Strange giving us the strange. All right.
Oh, that's my first donation. Thanks, bud. I appreciate you.
Your soul is divided.
Yeah, part of it's a sword now.
That is not the only fissure I sense.
How about you sense your own business?
Well, thank you. I appreciate you.
I like the little conversational thing they have. How about you sense your own thing for once?
Mm-hmm. They've got some pretty funny voice lines back and forth in this game.
All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
Caption.
You made my night.
Oh, glad to. You know what? There we go.
Our enemies are near.
Yes, he's alive.
Good medicine.
Now he'll be in it, so we will we'll let him play. But it's glad to be able to stop by, hop in and say hello. Yep, that's what we did. All right. Well, we're gonna get out of this, so hopefully he gets a win out of this at least. But yeah, I've not played this one. All right, and be out. All right, that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of the Pay It Forward stream. Of course, because I have a guest on, and I don't want to spend all this time looking at all these people. There's a time and place where you've already gone through enough pages. Like, okay, I need to take a break.
At some point, you need to stop doom scrolling.
Yeah, well, not only that, but I can only afford to do so much. Yeah, I don't have to do the money thing, but I don't have the time to stay and watch. So either you give time to view or you give money. and I can do the money parts much easier, and it helps along the way. So it is what it is. But again, that is the end of the pay for stream. Of course, you get to see what it is. Really simple, really easy thing to get. When I do the donations and stuff, any guest I have on doesn't have to do that, or anyone in chat. But you have to imagine is if you're not there long to watch them, then that either you help with the engagement factor or the money part can be helpful as well. So always keep your options of what is in mind. YouTube. Hold on. Here we go. There we go. All right, you two there, Dad Walking Man, or Dad Man Walking. Oh, but anyway, good one. Thank you for joining me for the PF4 stream. It's pretty awesome. I thought you had to come at 8, yeah. So like, I mean, I think you said you're on multiple platforms, but what platforms are you on currently?
So primarily, first and foremost, Rumble's my home.
Okay.
I do make videos, which I upload to YouTube, but live streaming on there, the discoverability for new channels is atrocious. I did basically everything that all the experts say to do, and my viewership started going down. And all the while, Rumble has just constantly been upward trending. And so Rumble, live streams, videos, all that stuff. Rumble's my home. I have recently started streaming on Twitch as well, just sort of for some extra discoverability. I've been doing this less than 5 months.
Wow.
And I have not seen any amount of support or growth like at Rumble. It doesn't even come close.
Yeah.
So I could tomorrow lose any ability to stream or upload to either YouTube or Twitch, and I'd be totally fine with that, honestly. So I do kind of get a little bit like a guard dog when people start bad mouthing Rumble because of how good it's been to me and how good the community has been. I understand that there is a disdain for it from some people, but at the same time, whatever,
it's
stay in their lane sort of thing. So
yeah, and part of that is because a while back during the last partner, oh no, that's me. They had 2 partner programs that were different before what was this one, and they got burned by it a bit. Plus, Rumble does kind of hype up their stuff when they're not there yet, like their tech stuff or whatever. And comparing, and you got other platforms out there that can already do raid. Like I know the CEO had mentioned something about raiding or whatever, and like, not me, but someone had mentioned like, well, YouTube and Twitch can already do that. You're kind of just talking about things that any other platform can do.
See, that's interesting because I've rated people just about every single time I've live streamed on Rumble, and I've tried it on both YouTube and Twitch. When I live stream to those, it is considerably easier to do on Rumble than on either of those other platforms.
And see, this is where like, he got it wrong. Well, you can erase the other one, Neuro. You are a mod. Like, you can't erase the other one if the other one doesn't work. You can. I don't know why you don't. Jeez. There. Okay, he did it. He finally did it. Goodness sake, Neuro. No, and I get that, but this is where I like being able to talk about people about their experiences of being in multiple platforms, because the future is multi-platforming, unfortunately.
Yeah.
There've been enough horror stories from YouTube, and they're certainly becoming more on Twitch. And if you're only on one platform, you're doing yourself a disservice, because there are some free broadcasting software. Usually they use your computer's resources, but there are a few, even if you just do 2, like I just do 2. I just do Rumble and YouTube. That's it, because that's all I can mentally handle. But I think people need to start realizing that being on one platform being on a platform is just not viable anymore. There's no reason to. You can and if
Right.
you make the partner things or whatever you want on the other platforms, that's other forms of revenue, depending on if you can play by the rules to keep them. So
Yeah. Well, and when I started doing this, I had to look at it like, okay, first of all, in many other ways, in many other industries, I am already familiar with what it takes to start and run a business.
Mhm.
Both from my own personal experience and through learning from other people around me for a long time.
Mhm.
I know what it takes to start and run a business and how to grow one. And if
Yeah.
you are looking to grow as a content creator,
Mhm.
think of it like, say you want to make baseball bats.
Mhm.
And you start making baseball bats and you
Mhm.
go down to the local, sporting goods store and say, "Hey, I've got these baseball bats. They're
Mhm.
really good product. I believe in them. Would you guys be willing to sell them?" But you never take those baseball bats to any other store or branch out anywhere else. You are intentionally losing out on the possibility to grow your product and
Mhm.
make a bigger impact.
Yeah.
Because you could have what the next MLB player is looking for.
Mhm.
So for streaming, it's very much the same way. Like I absolutely freaking love Rumble, and I will, I'm not backing down from that. But
Mhm.
the impact that I could have could be so much bigger by reaching out to these other platforms and opportunities.
Mhm.
So I don't want to sell myself short of not having those streams of influence
Yeah.
like I do on Rumble.
Yeah, and I do at least want to add some, I don't know if it's context, whatever. Because Rumble is so small, the ability to grow quickly or what more than on the other platforms is going to be that way for a while. But again, once it becomes an ocean like YouTube or Twitch, it becomes harder. And again, um, that's that's why I've also know that sometimes you have to talk to people about their experiences on the platforms, because people grow differently on other platforms,
Mhm.
especially if you play to the algorithm, right? If you make this thing, plays the algorithm, get all those views. Some people do better on YouTube than other platforms. Some people do better on Twitch or Kick or whatever. There's just some platform they do well on, and other platforms are whatever. At the end of the day, if you enjoy what you do, and if you do make it a business out of it, I don't know anything about business. I just do this thing because I enjoy what it allows. The opportunity, you have to think of this right. Like, think of a table, but it stretches so far you can't see the end of it. That's what this
Mhm.
offers, is a table that's
Yeah.
so long you can't see the end of it. People just have to be willing to take that opportunity, because I see it as a two-way street. It's not a one-way street, it's a two-way street. Because I've never been, the give and take sort of thing. It's always been about, it's a moment in time we come together for whatever this can be, and then just kind of do the do.
Mhm.
But yeah, no, that's pretty awesome. And oh, that's right, I forgot I added your throne to your list of your list of stuff. But I mean, what is I've seen people use throne before, but what is that like? Is that like wish list like the Amazon does?
Yeah, basically. And I honestly, I don't know. I've always been the kind of person that didn't really like asking for things or putting
Mhm.
my hand out. Like I like to be able to build things of my own, and
Mhm.
I hardly ever even buy stuff for myself.
Mhm.
And so making one, I was cringing the whole time, but somebody told me, another creator
Mhm.
told me, they're like, you never know.
Yeah.
You never know who wants to support you, who doesn't know how, that sort of stuff. And
Mhm.
there's some seriously generous people. And like we've already seen tonight, you're going around just handing out money to people you've never even seen before.
Mhm.
You got, Texas Attitude coming in, following up with the same, and then
Mhm.
offering youth tech and all this stuff. There's some seriously generous people out there.
Mhm.
Um, and it might not just be a way to help meet needs that me, as a father of three that's currently going through some transitionary time in my
Mhm.
life that I wouldn't be able to afford a lot of stuff that I'm basically you take a tax return and be able to upgrade my PC setup to make something happen with this content creation. So you never know who's willing to help with that. And I used to work with a guy that was a little older than I am, and he told me one time, he's like, a closed mouth don't get fed.
Mhm.
And I'm like, okay. He's like, do you understand what I'm saying? I was like, well, yeah. I mean, you can't put food in your mouth if you don't eat. He's like, you can't even ask for the food if you don't open your mouth first.
It's true.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, well, that's a really good point.
Mhm.
It's deeper than just putting food in your mouth. It's being willing to humble yourself
Yeah.
and let somebody help. And I've been through enough rough times in my life that help was
Mhm.
basically what kept me off the edge.
Mhm.
And it helps to know that I'm giving people opportunity to allow others to do that sort of thing.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's a turning point right now, and you never know who's willing to help with it.
Yeah, and no, I kind of get that feeling too, because when I was first starting out, I wasn't sure on asking for likes and all that sort of stuff, like the engagement factor, because I really was just because you see that all the time on YouTube. Share, like, and subscribe. I'm like, I get the mantra, but it really gets tiring after a while when everyone starts saying it. Oh, look, 20 other content creators on YouTube just did the same thing.
Yeah.
It just you're playing to the base of the algorithm, and don't get me wrong. I mean, now I do say like give a like, share the content, or comment or whatever. I don't do the share, like, subscribe. That's someone else can do that. But there's a point to where you kind of like you understand that part of when I said play the game, I meant the thumbnails, I meant the titles, I meant
Mhm.
all that thing that kind of goes with it, because you do see people doing like the thumbnail, and that's fine. Look, don't listen to me about making content or creating content, whatever. I don't know the expertise, but I'm not here to be the expert. I'm here to say, look, I saw this thing I didn't see a lot of creators doing, which is, they have thousands upon thousands of followers, and I think barely at any point in time do they ever invite those people on just to have a conversation with them. I do this thing that's in the total opposite direction of that, even though, yes, a big chunk are content creators. The point of the matter is, though, is I can go to someone who's not a content creator and say, would you like to come on? And I've had those people on. That table is wide and varied. But I just can't play the game that will get the views and all this stuff, because that's a what's the word? It's a very disconjointing sort of thing internally for me
Yeah.
to play that game and then try to do this thing where it's just about being free flowing, authentic or whatever. Oh yeah, have fun with your chicken, Zero.
I think authentic is the right word for that. That when you explain that and how you feel about it, I completely understand. You crave the authenticity, and in really any part of the entertainment industry, authenticity is lacking. And so to be able to make content on a platform that is so supportive of free speech, and empowers people to be authentic, to be themselves, and to not have to pull punches and to not have to play the game.
Mhm.
I think that that's a blessing, and just to try and do that on other sites is exhausting. It
Yeah.
really is exhausting, even for people that do it naturally. It is exhausting.
Yeah.
And it's just at some point you find yourself questioning: is this even worth it?
Yeah. Well, and not only that too, but like you see all the, like you just heard that guy earlier. He's on 11 different places.
Yeah, that's a lot of hooks in the water.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's good to have places for your content to be at, because it's a safety net. But like 11 is even too much for me, because I'm like, there's only so much mental bandwidth I have
Right.
in order to do this thing. So you're adding a lot of things to this, and it gets unnecessary after a while, at least from my perspective. Do what you will. Don't listen to me on that regard. The point of the matter, though, is that there it has in all intents purposes, content creation in the whole sphere it is has become sort of this game.
Mhm.
And the name of the game is now money, right? Because that's the incentivization of why now people create content. It's just now people could say, "Well, I don't do it for that, whatever." And that's fine. That's fine. I'm just saying, for a majority of what I've seen, the big chunk of it is I want to get to Twitch affiliate. I want to get to YouTube or whatever. I want to get to Cake Thing. I want to do this, this, and this, all this other stuff. At a certain point, the main focus becomes about, because who wouldn't like a few extra dollars here and there? I consider it a bonus. I'm not gonna judge anyone that,
Right.
but it does feel like, for a big chunk of it, feels like a big chunk aims for that money part, because it has become part of content creation now, right? You can get monetized on all these different platforms, all this stuff, and whatever. Now you have to earn it on some places, making an affiliate or whatever, the weird stuff. But when the incentivization becomes, hey, you can make money on this too. How am I supposed to tell a content creator from someone who just wants to get paid?
Right.
Right. And again, I'm not coming at people. I'm trying to open the perspective of why one creates content.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I brought back the whole beginning of YouTube, because there wasn't anything to incentivize other than a spotlight. Like, you get attention. So that's another thing too, is reach and money. Those are the two things that kind of work hand in hand together, because who wouldn't like to be a Justin Bieber? Okay, so I need you to sing very high, baby, baby. No.
I'm not gonna do that. No, it makes me think of a conversation I had with a friend of mine the other day who he's been a content creator. He's been a streamer first and foremost. He's put some videos out, but he's been doing that for 5 or 6 years now. He's wanted to take it very seriously, to the point where he's even taken voice acting lessons and stuff like that. He went to school for it. And he started making sort of story mode playthrough videos that they're long. They're 2.5, 3 hours long at a time. And he's just putting full blown playthrough videos up on YouTube, and they're not doing great. And so he was talking to me about it, because he knew that I'd been doing a lot of research on the way to market, gaming content and all that stuff. And he's like, that's the part that I don't understand, is the business of it. Like, I can do the technical stuff and all that, but like, I don't understand why, this video is getting 100 times the views that this video did. And I was like, so you need to look at it this way. You have this art that I know you're passionate about, and you have in your mind a way that art is supposed to look.
A vision,
a painting to put on the canvas, as it were.
Yeah.
Now you can build that into something that is going to embody the art that you want, or you can build that into something that is going to sell well and slightly represent the art that you have in mind. And not everybody is going to relate with the thing that you want it to look like. Not everybody's going to relate with what's in your head, but if you start to transform it to where it's something that's sellable and packageable and people want and crave, then it's more likely not going to be what you had envisioned in the first place. It's going to be a diluted, watered down version that is more commercialized. So what you have to ask yourself is, which do you want to drive your art? Do you want it to be your vision, or do you want it to be a paycheck? And a lot of people that do it to that make that art driven by their vision don't end up making a lot of paycheck. You do see some people that have that talent to make both happen. And they're an anomaly. You look at how many users YouTube has, and I don't remember exactly how many it was, but how many it was recently. It's like in the tens of billions. And And Rumble had, I think in the end of 2023, they posted something like 187 million users. Now I know that that's gone up like a lot, like exponentially. This first quarter of 2025, they posted a 34% profit growth, and that's massive. Like anyone that knows anything about business, that is huge, like crazy big. So to see that rewarding the authenticity that is here, like you were talking about, YouTube at the beginning had that, and I hope that is something that Rumble maintains as it grows, because at some point that incentive to chase a paycheck instead of the vision, it becomes a serious struggle for a lot of people.
It's the what's that, the which wolf are you gonna feed sort of scenario, right? But yeah, I mean, I even said before, it's like, I know I do this thing that doesn't get a lot of views, but I believe it has importance, because you don't really see a lot of people just sit down to have a conversation about whatever. Usually it's a news thing, right? Usually it's about talking about politics. Gaming comes in. There's an interest for gaming. Again, these are all points I see, but again, they're not something you have to follow me on, because it's a personal perspective. They're just me pointing out things that I see from my perspective that dismay me, in the sense of how I understand sort of, because the content creator sphere is an amalgamation. It's amalgamation of do this, not that, high school wrap up, egoism, elitism, all sorts of stuff that just wraps in it. That's the human aspect, and it gets so pathetic at times. I'm just glad I have my own little corner. But
yeah,
but like you were saying, the reason to continue doing it is sort of either it's about the vision or the profit. And for me, I see it as the follow the thing I'm doing with the conversational stuff, and profit's just secondary, or the money is just secondary. It will come with, because the point of the matter is the outreach.
Yes.
It's the reach across, right? Like, you obviously, some people are introverts or whatever, and we have all this sort of stuff. We could talk big all day long, whatever. Like, I'm not gonna do a size comparison, but that can be something. I'm stepping away from that one.
This ain't a kick stream. Next.
Well, in truth, that was what the third leg was for. But anyway, and that's when he never came back again. but it's just like, you have to make a choice. Like you basically said, you have to make a choice between the vision or profit, or you make, because I get it. It's like it's a difference between making something that's assembly lined, manufactured, all that sort of stuff, or and here's another thing too, I think people are forgetting. Sooner or later, YouTube will make its own content creators, and they will most likely try to keep a majority of the profit.
I think you've already seen that, and that might be one of those things that a lot of people are unaware of, is how the pay scale with YouTube and even Twitch is shifting to where it is significantly less rewarding to the regular people. And even their big streamers aren't getting as much incentive as they used to be, because what happened was the industry got so bloated when pandemic happened, and everyone's like, oh, I could just do this myself. I don't have to go to work. I can just go home and fire up live stream and make that my life. So what happened was there was all of this influx of a massive amount of people then getting a piece of the pie, and anytime you're cutting the pie that much, the pie doesn't get bigger.
No,
the pie, you're just giving smaller slices to everybody so that everybody can get one. And that's why they jacked up their incentivized requirements, and made their algorithm so tight for certain things, and drop down their ad revenue prices, is because they did not have as much money to spend out to everyone as everyone was wanting. And I know a lot of the people that were in the in the niche that I do intend to be going into left YouTube because of the fact that they were getting massive pay cuts without any say in the matter. And so they started doing content, whether it's, through Patreon or their own websites or whatever. And they started doing the pay gate there, and they realized that they're not going to stop making quality content. They're not going to stop making videos that are borderline cinematic productions of what they're doing. They're just going to do it in a way that the people that actually appreciate that are the ones that are giving them their credit. And it took so much stress off them. It took a whole bunch of demand off of the quantity that they were doing. And it really allowed them to refine their craft to where now their videos are considerably more enjoyable to watch.
Yeah.
But once you get to be part of that machine that's just asking you to grind out content and never stop, then you're wearing yourself down and you are diluting your product.
Not only that, but you have to hire people in order to help you to do that. And I'm not against that. Obviously, if you want to make a business out of it, that's one of the ways to go. But for me, it's like with the advent of where technology is now, you almost can be a one-man or one-woman show. If you haven't seen what some of these, Midjourney, Sora.ai, all these ones are starting to become to over time, someone, and people will have their issue with, but it is what it is, someone will use these products and they will make a short film, they will make a maybe like clip sort of thing or whatever. At the end of the day, they will use the tools that are available to them to make whatever they want. And the only limit is of where they're gate capped. And that means like the platforms, right? YouTube, Twitch, all that stuff. Because sometimes the platform's rules can be draconian. And we've seen that many times with how YouTube has treated some people. Just right now, Twitch banned some people for some odd reason, and they'll give some off reason that doesn't make any sense of why they were banned. And it's not very clear of where things stand.
Right.
It's very, I don't want to say judgmental, but it's very just draconian. Because how do you know where to stand if the people who are supposed to be the moderators or whatever can't really give you a real answer, right?
Yeah, because it's not them doing it. It's some algorithm from some program that's running automatic checks and not having anybody follow up with it. And so they don't actually know an answer to give you.
Yeah. Well, and it's like as I've seen with like YouTube, is that people have to go to a third party in order to get YouTube's attention, where they get another sort of bot response to get something done. And that's the funny thing too, right? Big chunk of people will stay with YouTube and only YouTube because of the money and reach. And I've heard this many times. Now, granted, there are people who are trying to multi-stream, which is great. That means more outreach, like you were talking about earlier. But the problem of it is, it's like the abusive ex. Oh, look, you're demonetized, you're banned, you're whatever. Oh, I've got to go to Twitter X to get my account back. Why? Because I make more money there. I get more reach there. Therein lies the problem of why those people are creating content. Because it's the reach and the money. Not all. Let's make that very clear. Not all, but a big chunk do that. The issue of it is that it's a limited viewpoint that will get you cut out. And those platforms can say, haha, we control you now. And they do.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing. One of the reasons why multi-platforming is going to have to be a thing, because you give one platform that much power over your content, you're done. You're done.
Yeah.
Because they can here's a faucet, right? You know that meme where the faucet of that one fat guy at the end and the one little guy? That's those platforms. They can just keep going for their advertisers and whatnot, because Google, whatever, and you get the drip, drip, drip. But you'll keep going anyway, because you say it's the money, it's the reach. I get more there. The tools are better than all this stuff. Guess what, kids? It only lasts so long. So create because you want to, not because of the incentivization to create. Thinking about going to stream. I don't know. All right. I hope you're doing well. But yeah, I try not to speak about this too much, but it's becoming this conundrum within myself because I'm coming into this because I used to watch, I used to consume other creators, all that sort of stuff, and I still do to some degree. But I've come into this sphere and I've been here a while, and I'm telling you, the content creator sphere may have some good points, but it's its own toxicity.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem of that is the money part of it, the ego part of it, all those little parts I talked about earlier. It's because the high school badminton, whatever you want to call it, sort of thing, and it just drives me up a wall. Now I don't go frantic crazy about it, but I get so sick and tired of seeing all these sort of people who just don't take a step back and say, maybe I should just stop for a second and breathe a little.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
They don't do that. There's no thought in the brain that's like, I gotta get back to my platform. I gotta get past this ban so I can make that money again. Do you not understand how this is going to turn out in the end with the technologies coming out right now? YouTube has their own. YouTube is basically a data mining site for Google. And what does Google have? It has Google Gemini.
Mm-hmm.
So if you use YouTube in the back end, in the Creator Studio, you see a bunch of different tabs, live, post, all that stuff, right? One tab you see is called inspiration. What is inspiration? Well, you go there and it inspires you different viewpoints to talk about or whatever. Sooner or later, YouTube is going to make its own content creator, like I said earlier, and it's going to be advertiser friendly.
Mm-hmm.
And you will slowly get nothing out of it. Well, to the camera, not you.
That's why their algorithm favors those that are advertiser friendly now. You know, if you're not, they always say don't call it an algorithm, refer to it as audience, and that changes your perspective. Well, they're doing that to hide the fact that they do have a program that runs off of a matter of calculations, and and it's not that your audience doesn't want to see your content, it's that that algorithm is legitimately doing something wrong, like as far as by you goes. It is doing exactly what it's programmed to do. But I speak from experience when I say I've had videos that in the first 12 hours had performed 700 times better than any video I'd had before. And I'm talking the impressions, not even the views, the impressions, boom, tabled off entirely, completely stopped pushing it. And I asked them, I was like, dude, what happened? Like, this video was doing fantastic, and literally nobody was seeing it from this time on. And they hit me back with some AI pre-programmed response of, well, maybe your viewers were no longer online, or maybe the people that normally watch your content were no longer checking their YouTube or something like that. I'm like, no, this is absolute bullcrap. Like, you know that they see what you show them. And I get that every day there's like
billions.
I think it's closer to trillions of videos uploaded to YouTube. I don't know exactly, but it's an insane amount of videos uploaded every single day. And it's so flooded. Like, especially now that you got channels that are completely owned, run, and recorded by AI.
Yeah.
Like, there are faceless channels that people have very little to do with. And they're making a ton of money doing it. Like, they get monetized in a matter of days because they know exactly how to play to the SEO and all the algorithm and everything, and they know exactly how to make sure that their content gets pushed, and it's stuff that they know how to make sure that it's catchy and engaging. And I think that it's only a matter of time before that sort of thing will completely implode that system.
Yeah.
So
it will kick off real. I mean, of course, there will still be real people there, but it will. The real people will be. I mean, that leads itself into like the whole botting system, and then of course like the dead internet theory. But I did find this. Give me 1 second. And here we go. Let me zoom in a bit. So as of 2025, more than 500 hours of video are uploaded to YouTube every minute, which translates to approximately 30,000 hours of new content per hour. This massive influx of content means that the total number of videos on YouTube is constantly increasing. By May 2025, the platform is estimated to host around 4.3 billion
Holy
videos,
mackerel.
with YouTube Shorts making up about a quarter of all videos, which makes sense.
Mm-hmm. I think that number, I think very quickly these shorts are going to equal long form.
Actually, you know what? How many are to TikTok? All right, let's see TikTok. TikTok is the video uploads. Here we go. As of April 2025, approximately 8.6 billion videos were uploaded on TikTok in the year 2021, but many were removed due to the platform's community guidelines. Sure. Currently, about 16.67 million videos are uploaded per month, 23.56 million videos per day, almost a million videos per hour, 16,000 videos per minute, and 73 videos per second. So just imagine that. Right?
Yeah. No, exactly. And what that is doing is it's basically just making a place where art is no longer art. And we saw an issue with this back, a few years ago when like SAG-AFTRA and all these writer guilds and the actors guilds and whatnot, they were having an issue with this because they knew they saw what kind of impact that was going to have on their jobs. And this is, something that they spent a lot of money and a lot of time going to perfect their craft at very expensive schools, and going and paying their dues to make this career for themselves of acting or writing or whatever. And they put in the time and they put in the hours, and their bosses are basically just wanting to replace them with an AI that was going to do it in a fraction of the time. Well, what the response to that is the state of California then passed a law that meant that any AI content was no longer protectable by copyright.
Yeah.
And they hit right where the money was. Like people started walking away from it because they weren't going to be able to protect their copyrighted stuff. Now, obviously they're finding loopholes to make it happen.
Yeah,
but
obviously.
that's just another problem with the whole content creation industry and wanting to chase that paycheck, is you are intentionally diluting yourself in order to make more money doing it. And I get it. People are going to try and get that back. Like,
Yeah.
it's just what happens. But me, what I'm making content for is I enjoy the stuff that I do, and I enjoy being able to share that experience with people. And I know how it's changed me in my experience in life.
Yeah.
And I know that the people that I have met while sharing those experiences are some of the best connections I've ever made.
Yeah.
And so I want to create a place where people feel like that's an option for them. Like, I want to create a place where people aren't afraid to come and be authentic and share the art that they have in their mind, and they don't have to feel like they have to water it down for people because they don't understand the ins and outs of the industry.
Yeah, and with the way you're doing about it is you're actually going back to the reason of why you're creating. And I think again that's the thing I think people get lost on, because you've seen a lot of YouTubers a while, I think it was like a year or so ago, where they were just leaving because they were burnt out. And that's another thing of it too, is like, and it is a true thing. There is burnout. It's just you have to take a step back and like, maybe I should let that thing go. Because at the end of it, if I have to let everything else go, Darachat will remain, because there's something there that says it has, it needs to keep going. There's something there that will eventually pay off, but it will take time because there are so many people and so little time. And for me, I'm going to talk about the algorithm stuff. I'd rather be one who beats the algorithm rather than relying. I mean, I rely on it now, but I'd rather be the one that ends up beating it. in the sense of like word of mouth and all that stuff, because you have no idea what that can. Because again, you see in YouTube, like some people don't even get the notification of their person they're following. Sometimes they get unfollowed. Even on X, they get unfollowed. So you have this thing where it's best to be able to find those spaces where you can get around those things that heavily rely on algorithm and be the one who can defeat. It's like you're not being Neo, but obviously, you're, he is the one.
Unplugged
Neo,
from the Matrix. Yeah.
Neo, your subscription has ended. You're gonna need to resubscribe.
Right.
You're the
Have
one.
you tried the Matrix Premium?
$25.99. Ah, dang it! I can't do this anymore. I gotta go. But yeah, in the end, content creation should always be about what you're wanting to go in for, what you want to get out of it. And yeah, you can say it's pretty easy to get to, which it is to some degree, but you have to be ready to face rejection, face you may not make the money or whatever, or maybe never reach that top. You must be willing to sit on a place and be satisfied with what you create. Not in the sense of like, oh, see you later, goon, see you later. Not in the sense of like being content, never growing, but a natural improvement, right? Like you want to improve, not because you're forced to, but well, maybe you force yourself, but you want to improve because something has caught your eye, and you want to chase it a bit, or something has inspired you from what someone else is doing, and you chase that bit, but it's not forced. It's something you enjoy, and you gravitate to that naturally.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But again, we still have the incentivation. So there is that. I can only do what I do, and I invite the people along to join me with it. Because at the end of the day, I can officially say for myself, I've had on over 200 different various guests of various points, content creator or not. And when you can be able to say that, not as a gloaty thing, but to show that it is possible to have conversations. I know VTubers have conversations with current or out of the military sort of thing. I've had conversations with people who don't create content, artists, all sorts of stuff. But you begin to see this sort of reoccurring thing where, yes, it may seem like having a conversation with someone is not easy, but if you can do it enough times, you build up enough self-confidence, and you can spark something from just about anywhere. Not like a forest fire. Please don't. No forest fires here. But but anyway, and thank you for that, Nero. But at the end of the
Thank
day,
you so much.
At the end of the day, it's about it's about this wonderful thing that just seems to be a lost art, and I'm internally it's like chase it, go for it, because there's something there. Keep going. It's not right now, but later, and all that sort of stuff. And sometimes you do kind of have to listen to that gut instinct of like, should I go this way or that way, and try different stuff, try various stuff, go wild. This is the content creating thing is great to experiment, because if you don't limit yourself, I mean, you can limit yourself to challenge yourself, obviously. Sometimes it's best to be inside a box to challenge yourself. But if you open yourself enough to not limit yourself to those things, the wonder you can come across, the people you can come across, so much potential, so much possibility. And isn't that what people want? Possibility, opportunity.
Yeah, they want opportunity.
Those are the two best things. They're vague, but they're so open. Hey, Skull Rush, hope you're doing. They're vague, but they're open, and it's just about everywhere. Like for me, it's like it is a sad fate when you have a lot of people wanting to call it quits, really, and end things there, and that. It's a sad fate, and don't get me wrong, I've been in those thoughts too, but when you can turn that around just a little bit, when you can just turn the prism just a little bit and say, there's opportunity all around me, good or bad, but there's opportunity all around me. You are not limited anymore. You're limited. Maybe you're limited by the resources you have, which is another thing. But you're not limited anymore when you can say, "There's opportunity all around me now. All I've got to do is be open to where it may come from." And that's another story altogether. But still, you got that. That's how I see it.
Well, and I think that's, like I was talking earlier with when you asked about my throne wish list. I didn't really want to make it, but the way I look at this, like, my wife and I are at a point in our lives where we're moving on from where we were working for a very long time. I've been working the same place for, in some capacity, over 16 years, and that's most of my life. So, well, that's almost all of my professional time in life, and so wanting to get into this, like, I know that, like, any dream you have, if you want, like, you close your eyes and you envision where you want to be in 5 years, and now you have to look at, can I get there if I don't start building it today? And usually the answer is going to be no. And especially if you're talking about something that is a big life-changing dream. So you want to make, I looked at this and I was like, okay, I'm going to want to make sure that I do this for the right reasons. I'm not going to want to put all this resource we don't have into it, but the one resource I can make sure that I have is time and my creativity. And so I was using equipment that I had laying around the house. I was using programs that were all free to use and free to download, and they were limited. And so when I started making content, it was very much like, I'm going to do what I can with this budget kit and setup and program, and I'm going to try and refine my craft with that. Because if I can make good stuff, if I can make a good product with those tools, then imagine what I can do with some really good tools. And that allowed me to at least get in and start learning. And the entire reason I made a gaming channel is not, it was never to be a gaming content creator. It was to learn the ins and outs of making content, because what I want to do eventually is make outdoor content. And, going out and survival skills and shelter building and all that stuff. It's something that has been near and dear to my heart for a very long time, ever since I was a little kid. Out there with my grandpa and my dad, and fishing trips, and just making, primitive tools out of rocks and sticks and stuff like that. Just, stuff that little boys love doing, and, but it's like, it formed in me like this appreciation for nature and for the world that we were born into, not necessarily this world that we've made. And so being able to reconnect with that, in whether it's watching a YouTube video where it's just somebody that is literally just out in the woods doing that stuff, they don't say a word, or if it's actually going on a trip myself and being able to experience that, there is that connection in my mind, and all of that has a healing element to it. And I've been through some pretty freaking rough stuff in the last 10, 15 years, that if I didn't have that ability to go out into nature, to clear my mind and to just get in tune with the creator, and do that through his creation, and just so sort of get back to the basics, and say, okay, so how much of this stuff do I really need? Like, simplify things and sort of collect myself and go back at it. I don't know where I'd be right now. And so that's one of the things that I really want to be able to help other people find in themselves.
Right.
And what I've found through multiple other content creators is the ability to do that, or the inspiration to do it. And, because I watch I watch a video of somebody just going down to a stream and putting up a little lean-to shelter and cooking lunch right there. And it's like, it's so freaking peaceful. Just watching that happen and being there without all these worries and everything, and relying on the stuff that and the tools that are right around you. And it's in that moment, I need to feed myself. And that's what I need to worry on. and it takes all of that other stuff out of play,
Mhm.
and it's super healing in that situation. And that's one of the things that I would really love to be able to share with other people. So the reason that I got into content creation is not to make gaming content. I know it's a terrible niche if you want to be a content creator.
Yeah.
The advertising revenue is not there
Yeah.
because people know that gamers have short attention spans. They will watch your video for a minute and then find 10,000 things to complain about and never actually watch the whole video. And you know, I'm not kidding. I had one video I
Mhm.
posted. This guy was like, "Man, I had to turn this video off after a minute. You didn't stop looking at your notes or whatever, blah blah blah." This is, and I look back at the video. I was like, "Really? I need to learn to fix that if that's the case." In the first minute, I did not look at my notes one single time.
Uh-huh.
But it's like, that's the kind of trolls and the kind of, you know, crap that you're gonna get.
Yeah.
And it's about, you know, if you're like, that's great, you know, people are gonna hate on it, but if I'm able to help people and able to give them the opportunity, you know, I'll take a troll online giving me some BS line like that any day, as long as somebody, you know, out there is like, man, this video helped me a lot. And you know, that's not just in content creation. I've experienced that in multiple different, you know, areas of life. And you know, at some point you realize that is worth more than any paycheck is going to give you. In being 100% honest, not cliche about it.
Mhm.
Like, I don't like money. I really don't, and I don't want to make millions off of doing this. It's not a realistic goal, and it's not even something that I ever value. What I do want to do is I want to create an environment where people can share in that same healing experience that I've had.
Yeah, that's pretty powerful in its own right. But before we go any further, it is the top of the hour, and so what happens is that I set aside some time for us to promote ourselves, basically. So I did put all your links on both ends down below in the description, but thanks to Noah, he'll bring it up shortly, and it has. But we'll still continue on for a little while because I have to run an errand after I'm done with this. So, you know, I bought my gas earlier. Now I have to get groceries. So I already followed. Hey,
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you.
Squall Rush. I've had Squall Rush on before. He's a good dude. He's a very Dragon Ball type of person. So he's crushing all my dreams of becoming rich online. I'm sorry, Neuro. I'm sorry. Except for Thrones. Yeah, you can't follow Thrones. Never heard of that till today. Well, now you know. Now you know. Hey, Alaska Man Jeff, how are you?
Hey, you can still have those dreams of becoming rich online. I'm just saying I don't. I really don't.
Yeah, I've had Alaska Man Jeff on. But anyway, so again, your links are down below. But if you want to sell yourself, not like that. The floor is. Oh, wah, 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 wah. No. You slowly take off the glasses, like, all right, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's get down to business for a second.
Papa needs to make it 20. He's got some bills to pay. All right, but the floor is yours, good sir.
Well, thank you so much. Yeah, no, honestly, like I said, Rumble is my home. The links are down below. I live stream every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, and lately have been doing Fridays as well. I am Central Time, and I am a dad, so it's after the kids go to bed. So 10 p.m. Central Time, 11 Eastern is when I stream, and I sacrifice sleep for my dreams. But I send all my going live notifications on X, so you'll find that link as well. And my guide videos and YouTube are over on YouTube, and so I make a lot of Gray Zone Warfare content, a lot of Escape from Tarkov content, and really just whatever games that I like to play. I've had a lot of positive social experiences through playing games, and that's just one thing that I want to cultivate in my content. But I like going back and watching the videos that I made early on. I know a lot of people cringe at them. I look at them, and I look at the ones that I'm making now, and it just sort of, it reassures me knowing the ways that I've grown in my capabilities and my in my actual ideas, in my execution, and also in the scripting and whatnot, and the delivery. So I do honestly, I appreciate you, Daramouthe, for having me on, and for the support that you showed from early on for me streaming. Like I said, I've been doing this less than 5 months, and I can remember the first time you came into chat and you just stopped by. I'm like, wait, what? Like, I've seen this guy on Twitter, and I've seen this guy's on the front page, like me, and so
wait, front page of what?
I'd seen you on the front page of Rumble at one point.
Oh, well, I didn't know that.
It was a while ago, but that's the thing, is like, you're not doing it for that. And so you going through all these people that are 20, 30 pages deep and showing the love, that's the kind of stuff that made the difference for me. Because I'll tell you right now, for every one victory you have in this game, there's 10 that are going to convince you you're not good enough. And so being able to look back at that, and now being a guest on your show or your chat, whatever you want to call it, it matters. And just Tuesday, I crossed the threshold for the amount of followers needed in order to get into the creator program.
Oh, cool.
It was a mind-blowing thing, and all I could think about was the stuff like when you stop by, or I want to give props to Eternal Spartan. He's another bigger one in the gaming on Rumble scene that he's been right there with me. B Sparks Gaming is another one. The Bearded Nerd, who I play with 2 or 3 times a week. All people that from the Rumble community have just given out of the goodness of their heart to be there and support. And it's been unlike any other place that I've even attempted to make content. And so Tuesdays, Thursdays, mostly Fridays and Saturdays, 10 p.m. Central. We're not slowing down anytime soon. So
I've had B Sparks on too. B Sparks been on. No, yeah,
that is the homie right there. That's what I'm talking about. Every time he hops in, every time I go into his chat, that's what I'm talking about. He's a good dude, and I've been trying to find ways that we can collaborate on, playing some different games and stuff. He's been playing a lot of single player stuff, but he's also on console, and that makes it a little bit difficult. Yeah. But so we've got some big things planned, and I'm excited for where this is going. I had no expectation of being where I am less than 5 months into this, and I owe that all to the generous people at Rumble like yourself. So
well, and the thing of it is, when I first started out, I did edited just recording video, because Rumble still has an issue of promoting edited video content and short form content. Live streams is the big one. The rest are kind of itsy bitsy, but hopefully that will change over time. But I played video games for a while. I streamed video gaming, but that didn't do. And then I hit on the conversational stuff, and that kind of was like, that's the thing. That's the thing that clicked. And it's like you chase after it, because it's like, what else am I gonna do? Like what else? Basically, for me, it's like, what else is there? Because it's really in life, there's not really much beyond that scope that I want to chase. This is that thing. But no, it was nice to be able to stop by and have you on, because again, it's just about whatever comes up in the conversation. It's not about it's not about a requirement of things, because when you start requiring, like, there's some people who require you have to have a certain amount of followers, or you have to pay them to some degree. Well, there is a understandability for people who are very expert in things like ghostwriting and whatnot. They do require money to have on. Understandable. That's a separate issue. But when you're talking about you have to have a follower count to talk to somebody, I could give a rat's behind, to be honest. It really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because some professional could look at my content or number and say, you could do this or this. Let me run the boat how I run the boat. I'll sink, I'll sink with it or swim with it either way, but I won't enjoy it if I listen to someone else on how they say how to do things like thumbnails and stuff. Before I go into my thing, when I've had thumbnails, most of the time I've created it myself and just made it simple, but I had someone else create it, sort of like an idea based upon like the Bailey Barnum circus poster. When I see it and I like it, that's how I do it.
Yeah.
That's simple for me. It's not something of like, oh, if I put this over here, that will give me the no, if I see it, if I see it and like it, then it works.
Mhm.
So that's how it works for me. But anyway, again, his links are down below on both Rumble and YouTube. So if you want to see what he's about, because he is on multiple places, if you want to see what he's about, you can go to those places. And if he's worth a follow, why not? Why not? So again, for my end of things, whether you're on the Rumble side or whether you're on the YouTube side, if you mind leaving a like, sharing the content, leaving a comment or follow, anything that helps with the engagement factor is much appreciated, because not only does it help in being seen more, like all content creators want to be. I mean, let's be honest with ourselves, but it also helps in having other people on, like um, actually, you know what? Like the Squall Rush, like Goodwin, like Alaska Man Jeff, like Scottish Viking Gaming, who was in chat earlier, like so many other people's. Yes, a big chunk of people I've had on are creators, but I don't just talk to creators. I've talked to so many more other people, because this is a point of time where you and I get to share in a moment. Now, obviously, there's always for another time, but I want people to appreciate there are moments in life where you only get that one moment. Some people I've only had on once, and that's it. Or maybe later in life we'll get on more, but it's this weird thing with content creators fear. At the end of the day, we're in a moment that we can share and enjoy and have fun with. And that's where the appreciation lies, is appreciation for the moment, because sometimes things happen and it makes it difficult for it to happen again. But like they say, lightning doesn't strike twice in the same place, but it can strike in other places. So there's that. But anyway, any help with the engagement on either Rumble or YouTube is appreciated. Of course, there's a link down below, as the great Neuro has brought up. You go to that link, you can see my Twitter X, you can see my email. I do have a link to Discord, but it's mostly just for DMing. I don't have a server. There's only so much mental bandwidth I can do. So there's that. Yeah, I mean, I used to be on Facebook, Instagram, and this was before I even did any streaming. Sometimes you have to pull back.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you have to pull back.
Especially with social media. Oh my gosh.
Oh Lord, yes. But anyway,
Talk about
any help?
cesspool.
Yeah. Kind of person. But anyway, any help with the engagement factor, of course, the link down below. I appreciate it. Of course, there's one more thing. Neuro, if you could bring it up. Sorry, I don't let my burps be heard on the interwebs, just because it's very rude. But a while back, there's a company called Proton, and there are things about privacy security. They have a few different components like email, VPN, all sorts of stuff. But they are based in Switzerland, which is known for its very strong privacy laws. A while back on Twitter X, they made a post about having a partner program and putting it out there for people to join. So, like with the creator program on Rumble, I was like, well, why don't we just try it and see? Because I don't know. I'm not in it for the money or thing. Although it's a nice bonus, but whatever. Because usually for partner programs, they want people with big numbers and all that stuff. Oh, thank you for that. So, I let me put that on YouTube too. I applied for it, and of course it was over the weekend, so I wouldn't hear anything until sometime the week. I didn't think I'd hear anything at all, I'll be honest. But they came back like the next day, and they said, "All right, you're in." I'm like, "Are you sure about that?" Because I'm not a good seller or marketer.
John Cena meme. Are you sure about that?
Yeah, I'm not a good marketer, good seller. I mean, even with my stuff, I don't know how to sell myself well. But the point of the matter is that I got in, so I'm gonna try to do this thing. So the link you see in front of you goes directly to their mail section. Now that's the only one we'll talk about, because they have so many other options, but I'm just going to talk about the one because it'd take forever. So what is Proton Mail? Well, Proton Mail is part of their lineup of VPN, password manager, all sorts of stuff. So what Proton Mail does, basically their mail thing does, is that they help with the scammers and spammers, right? You get that, like if you have Gmail, because you have to for YouTube, right? You will see a lot of spam emails. For them, they do their best where that doesn't happen very much, because your email stuff gets sold online. I mean, whatever. I have an AOL, I have an iCloud, all that stuff, and there's spam after spam after spam, all that, or scam too. point of the matter is that they do pretty good. And even if one gets in, guess what? They will label it like this could be phishing or that sort of stuff. So you have a bit of a warning about those sorts of things. So they do their best in that regard. And also, one of the things they do that I've heard from a few people that are like they allow you to make an alias email. Now, what is that? An alias email will allow you to use something that's email and acceptable, but it will redirect all those sort of email things back to your actual email. So basically, you're using a mask to, like, you say you want to go to, like, you can't do for YouTube because they may force you to use Gmail. But you say like Twitch or something like that. You want to go to Twitch. Well, guess what? You can use a alias email and have that as your email thing. And all the while, anything like whatever emails come your way, they'll go directly to your actual email address. But all the other stuff, like, see, it won't be like that. So you'll have that, and it'll just be. You can use that instead of forget, and it won't be that much a detriment, and they won't come like directly to your actual email. They'll be chasing a fake persona sort of thing, if that makes sense. But again, if you go to that link, you'll see the page. They'll tell you much more information than that's here. They offer a 30 free day guarantee sort of thing, and they also have a free account you can make, and no money's involved, no credit cards involved at all. There are paid portions, but they offer more options, and that's up to you. But again, part of this partner program, don't know how to sell myself well, but I promote this product because I use it. I believe in what they're doing. Again, doing like the Billy Mays method, right? I wouldn't promote a product I didn't use. I use this product, and I believe what they're going for. So if you feel like someone who wants a little more privacy, a little more security, and nothing's 100% on the internet, let's just get that out there. Nothing's 100% on the internet, so don't take that way. But again, the link is there. It's in the description. It's in the both ends. Take a look. If you don't, that's fine. That's fine. I do make something off it, but again, I don't know how to sell well or market myself well, so probably nothing at all. But you never know. So, but anyway, I'm part of that ordeal, and since I'm in it, I might as well try to kind of point in the direction. If you strike proton, does it go nuclear? Well, only if it's negative. It's a bad dad joke. Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, I make science jokes, but only periodically.
Oh, okay. Oh man, that was. Thanks, Dad. I appreciate that. But no, yeah, they just like, it was like 24 hours after I had entered in, because there were like some questions they asked, like, what are your numbers, whatever. Like, I don't know. I was like, I don't know. And then they're like 24 hours later, like, you're in. It's like, okay, how am I gonna work this? How am I gonna do this again? I don't know. So I just try. But again, they offer a free thing. You want to try it out for yourself? It's great. Neuro has signed up for it. He has his opinions. I've known a few other people I've been on my show that use Proton. At the end of the day, you don't want to keep getting those spam emails every single time. Great way to try it out. All sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
The alias emails, all that sort of thing. And if Neuro wants to give his experience, he can. But at the end of the day, I use it, and I wouldn't promote it to you if I didn't, because that's not what I would want to do. So there's that. But you were wanting to say something before that, or no, or you just wanting to do the periodic one.
I mean, when you send a pitch right down the middle of the plate, I'm going to knock it out of the park.
Yeah, proton, an electron, and what's the third one? I know there's a third one. It's a proton, an electron, and not a neutron. I don't think that's the thing. See, this is where the stuff comes from, right? You try to remember the stuff you learned back in the day, and it's like, okay, so there's a negative. I don't know. But yeah, I understand. Like, I like puns, even if they're not the greatest. Because well, it's funny. This is a funny thing too. I found a website where you can easily make memes. Right, back in the day, you'd have to make your own. So actually, while you're here, Let me open that up because I do have a folder full of them. But these are some of the memes that I have well, I think I should open. So I have a folder of some of the memes. Multiple emails I wrote down. Yeah, they do that too, where you can make multiple different emails depending on. That's for the paid version, though, I believe. But let me. So I've got. So here's one of the memes I made. And you might like this, you might not, but give me 1 second. I made this using. It's called imgflip.com, but this is one of the ones I made.
Did you put that on Twitter? I think you put that on Twitter.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
I just like the face of it. That was so funny. I have fun with just because you couldn't do it before so easily, but the website does make it easy to do. And let me pull up another one. Now this one, I don't think I've posted. What is this one? Well, this one is one I had a guest on who kind of helped me make it. But this is the meme that was from that one. Cards Against Humanity, and your kid plays the Pac-Man card. I guess there's a Pac-Man card in the Cards Against Humanity. It's a pretty bad one, so. But I like that Pikachu surprise face. And let me do one more. Oh, here's one. This is the one I made. I just like the face because this is you could just make it off of. If you don't laugh at the memes, Dara will ban you. No, I will not.
I mean,
you're a
before
mod.
I came on here, he made me sign a release that said that very same thing.
That's not true. That's not true, and you owe me $10,000 now. But here's another.
That was in
one.
there too.
Here's another. This is the one I haven't posted this yet, but this is the one I made a while back. Oh, hold on. Let me. I got to minimize or make it a little smaller. Can you see that a bit? Are you able to see that?
Yeah, we can see that.
Okay. You say my stinky diaper is a problem, and you're the one talking. And you just look at the face.
Yeah. I've gotten that face from my toddler many times.
I was looking, I was like, oh, this just lend itself to that. I was looking at that, I was like, I gotta do it, and that was the one I did. It was hilarious. Yes, I did censor it, but I'm not much of a cursor because I don't point and click well. But anyway, but yeah. Oh, and I made so many more, but I'll post those at another time. But yeah, it's just I was just doing these things because I was just having fun with them or whatever. This one is good. Yeah, the baby one is a good one. I don't get it. What do you mean you don't get it? What is your problem, Alaska Man Jeff?
Probably doesn't know what the card that you're talking about is.
The what?
The card from Cards Against Humanity.
That was someone else who helped make that meme.
Yeah, if you don't get it, just Google it.
Yeah,
because it's not to be talked about on here.
Yeah, no. The Pac-Man sees all. See, I haven't seen. I remember when they did like the Pac-Man scene in Pixels, which was funny.
Never saw that.
You never saw Pixels? It's another Adam Sandler movie.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. No, he's not. I didn't say that, Neuro. But yeah, it's one of those things. Some of the people have helped made a meme, which we're not gonna do tonight because I don't have to do the premium thing anymore, though I like to, but I do have to start heading off because I do. I'm helped that someone has lost a coworker has lost their ability to their vehicle, and so I'm kind of taking them to work basically. So kind of helping with that. But I do want to give you much time because you're giving me your time. So, but I do have to start leaving shortly. So, but I mean, I enjoy doing those things because one, I have fun with it, even if I can't make one that's funny. It's just like having fun with the process. But again, anyone can go to the website, flip.com, and they can make their own memes, and they have all the templates you can think of there, like thousands upon thousands. And I just, whether I have someone on or just by the look of the picture and something comes out from that, just have fun with it. And that's the point, is to have fun with it, because I'm sorry to tell you, kids, one day soon the laughing stops. That's I know it's the worst way of saying it, but it's true. And I think that's something that, like, we were talking about time and stuff, the resource and whatnot. But when we're talking about the content creator sphere and the arguments and the drama and all stuff, like, I don't care, because you know what that means to me at the end of my life? Nothing.
Right.
Oh, some certain platform did some things, or some person said some things, or whatever. I'm like, so? Well, what does that mean when I'm 6 feet under and dust in the wind? Doesn't really mean much. Oh, they can ruin your reputation. Where it's like, as long as I'm alive and kicking, I still have the opportunity to rise and grow again. But when I'm dead, there's not much else I can do.
Right.
And so the arguments, the drama tubing, all that stuff, that's all BS. Something down the wall. I'm sorry to tell you, kids. It may earn you the views and clicks, but I could give a rat's behind. This is what I go for. This is more important. This is the bridge I would rather build than listen to all your snotty nose brat, cognitive bias, confirmation bias, crowd pleasing sort of ordeal. I don't care. I mean, maybe speaking on it may seem like I care, but it needs to be brought up again and again and again. Your life is short. Arguing is dumb. There are points and times where you need to argue, but majority of the time, your anger and arguments are not necessary.
Yeah. Arguing is far less beneficial than people realize.
Mm-hmm. Drop the beat. But it's just the same thing with, like, anger too. Like, drama is fine. No is no, it is not. And you know that, Alaska Jeff. Stay up in Alaska.
You trying to start some drama here?
He is. He's got the dumpster fire going on right there. Even Elmo. Well, that's another one. But it's sort of like, with using Twitter X, right? Because that's where most of my stuff is at. You're sort of like the outside looking in sort of thing, and you see all this stuff go on, and you're like, what the hell is all this? Oh, no, I want someone honestly to explain me all this. Okay, so you get someone who sues you or whatever, or libels, whatever. Okay, I understand that. But what the hell is all of this? What the hell is all this rage bait, clickbait, all this stuff? What the hell is it? I'd like someone who has the brains to explain to me why this is deemed like a good manner of things.
Right.
I really would like that honest explanation, because
I don't think you're going to get it. I don't think anybody can.
Yeah, because it's stupid.
Mm-hmm.
You want to know who the real idiots are? It's the people who can't let things go and move on in life.
Yep.
I get there's real bad things that happen. There are exceptions to the rule. I'm not dismissing those. But there are points in your life where letting go has far more benefit than you holding on, like you choking somebody out in your head, than anything else. You don't like the job you like? Guess what? There are 1,000 other jobs. Some may pay better, some may not. But guess what? You are alive. Start there.
Mm-hmm.
You're alive. Start there. That's about as much as I get. That's about as much as I'm gonna get. So it's like, I think he's done now. I think he can talk. I apologize. Don't sweat the small stuff. That's true.
You're right. You're right. There's no point in wasting your time on meaningless crap like that. So get doing something meaningful.
Yeah, because I'm so tired of it. I will talk to people. If people want to be bad actors, or as I'm starting to call them, destroyers, fine. They can stay over in their corner. I don't care about them.
Mm-hmm.
But if people want to have a genuine conversation, I'm all for it. Creator, doesn't matter. You want a genuine conversation? I'm right there with you. You want to be a destroyer? There's a volcano over there. You're good to go.
Yeah, have fun.
Have fun. You're good to go. Play. You know they say don't play with electricity. Well, you know what? Be a destroyer with electricity. Go over there. I don't care about you. I care about the people who are wanting to have the thing they need, the thing they don't want but they need. Right? Because we all have wants and needs, and more times than not, we confuse both. We
Mhm.
confuse on both ends. But anyway, I do. Rick and roll. I'm alive. I'm dead, but dead inside. We'll just go back to the dumpster fire you put. Oh, he removed it. He removed it. Oh, he had to. Yeah, I'd probably redo it. But anyway, you messed that one up. I'll never let it go, Lastman Jeff. But anyway, again, all our links are down below. I'm not going to be doing anything, no rap or anything like that, because like I said, I do have to go do something after this. So I did make some promises. I don't know what the word
Obligations.
is.
It's okay.
Obligation. That's right. I did make some obligations, but I do respect my guests for being here. I do try to be as hospitable as I can, because at the end of the day, this is what this is about. Always has
Yeah.
been, always will be. Regardless if I have to give the rest of the things I do up, Darachat will always be about this. And that's where I'm gonna keep it. So there are a few things I do. One, of course, we are in a self-promotion not too long ago. So again, all the links are down below. You know, give a look. If it's worth a follow, why not? Right? Of course, all the other stuff is in the description as well. There is no one coming tomorrow. There's nobody this weekend, but do look out for the schedule on Sunday. That's for all the people that are coming next week, just like I did when Goodwin and all the others. So keep an eye out for that. But of course, I had to restart everything for well, it's not the AI, it's just them not getting their platform. Oops. All right, no, I'm back. It's one of those Rumble Studio they have not resolved yet. But no, it's the platform stability. The surveys I've done with my Rumble Squared stuff, platform stability has been the biggest issue for the past few months. And
Yeah.
the CEO of Rumble did say they were going to start making that a top priority, which I hope they do. It's going to take some time, but I hope, like with the RTMP they put out, that they get this better, because their competition is what they're up against, and they need to get their platform stable, because this is not acceptable on any measure. Not acceptable. Understandable. Oh, there he goes. They have to refresh. He'll be back. He'll be back. You just have to refresh and put everything back up. There you go. Oh, instant link. I don't. Oh, there you are. Oh, see you later. See you later, Eskimo Jeff. But yeah, because this is against their competition. This is unacceptable, and now that they're going to make it a top priority, I hope it changes. But anyway, so keep an eye out for the schedule on Sunday, and of course, the last thing I do as my guest is called Questions from a Hat. Now, a while ago, I bought a hat from Rumble, and I put some questions in it. So what happens is that you, my guest, get 2 freebie questions from the hat. All right.
Okay.
However, first, I'm not monetized in YouTube, just I haven't met those things. But if you're on the Rumble side and you want to have more than those 2 questions pulled out, guess what? You can give any amount of a Rumble rant, but you have to give a Rumble rant. That's how this works. So I'm going to pull one of the questions out. They're pretty much easy that anyone can answer, but sometimes there are philosophical ones that may trip you up. So let's see how this will go. If there's a question, if there's a question that's kind of difficult that you can't answer or want to pass, we can, but you only get like one exception. So here is the first one, and let's see what it says. If aliens landed and demanded one person to represent Earth, who would you nominate?
Ooh. That is an interesting one.
See, now you get those one that trip you up a bit. Makes you think.
Well, I don't know if it trips me up. I just have to think of this as a little bit of a strategic way, because I want the aliens to understand the true nature of humanity and not just like, oh, here's this person who's like perfect, because that's not humans. Man, the true nature of humans.
Now you're starting to get very philosophical. Now it's
Yeah.
starting to become a
Well,
problem.
now I'm thinking about it. I mean, it's hard not to say Ryan Reynolds, because who wouldn't want Ryan Reynolds on that stage? But
You get in trouble with that, though.
because at least he'd make the aliens laugh.
It's true.
Yeah, we'll just go with him. Why not?
Ryan Reynolds, well, sure, why not? Yeah, it's not that. It's not like it's really.
It's
happening.
not that complicated. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not happening right now. So I mean, you know, and aliens are a different story altogether. But anyway, here's question number 2. Unless someone gives a wrong rant, that will be it. Oh, here we go. What is something true that nobody agrees with you on?
Nobody agrees with me on?
Yeah. Or let's, instead of nobody, let's put very few agree with you on.
Okay.
That'll make it easier. What is something true that few people agree with you on?
You're trying to get me canceled before I'm ever saying. All right, let's see. All right. Here it comes.
Yes.
Popcorn is so overrated, the snack's not even worth it.
Ooh, he's burning that popcorn. Oh my goodness. Oh man, look, to be honest, sometimes it's good to give it up. But I can understand, because it's a very easy snack, but it's a very it can be a very unhealthy snack too, if that's the way you want to look at it.
It in and of itself has like no flavor. There's no nutritional value. It's so touchy to even cook right. Otherwise, you're just going to burn it and your whole house is going to smell terrible.
Ugh.
And you can't eat it without it attacking your gums and the back of your throat and leaving little kernel things behind. So why? Like, what's the point? No thanks.
It's time for you to die today, Colonel. Say hello to my little friend. Oh man, but no, I understand. It really, no, the worst part about it is when the kernels and stuff get stuck in your teeth. That's probably the worst. It's like
not worth it for me.
My
My wife loves it. I can't do it.
3 weeks later, you like,
Yeah, after it's gotten all like sore and red because you can't get it out, you're just like, oh, please. Yeah, not worth it.
Please, Lord, please, the kernel is stuck in my tooth,
need
Lord.
surgery.
I think we're gonna have to take the tooth out. It's opened it up. But anyway, but yes, that is no. That I think the real reason is just because of the kernel stuff. That's just dumb. A good snack, but so. But anyway, that is the end of the show, of course. And of course, again, thank you all for joining for the Pay It Forward part. Of course, to Texas Man as well. Thank you for giving when you didn't have to. Again, I don't, when I bring people, plus too many carbs, plus the kernel thing. Yep, it's true. But I don't expect, whenever I do my Pay It Forward stream, I have someone on, I don't expect them to give anything. But for them to join in and be part of that sort of ordeal shows that you want to be part of it, first off, but you're also understanding of, giving something without any expectation on any return on that. Because if you expect a return on a gift given, then it's not a gift, it's just a transaction. That's what it is. So yeah, again, and of course, thank you, good Sir Goodwin for coming along. Camelot now calls you back. But you're always welcome to come back, of course. I say this to all my guests as well. Even if a few have blocked me, which I don't know why. It's part of the
Wait
video.
a week. All right.
Yeah,
I won't do that yet.
Oh, it's all the rage. You just go like lock them and it's just done. But no, you're always welcome to come back. And of course, it doesn't have to be on a pay it forward thing, but being part of that process can be fun. But also just having being on Darachat is a fun time in its own right too. So again, and of course, again, guys, links down below. Schedule coming out on Sunday. Again, the surveys for the creator and viewer are out as well. And if Neuro, you could put those in the comments later, I'd much appreciate it. They'll be part of the Rumble Squared, which is the last Saturday of this month, kind of going over issues or wish list stuff that people have on Rumble. And if you want to be part of it, well, come join the fun at 7 p.m. on the 31st. So Eastern. I'm on Eastern time zone, not Central. On the ungodly time zone. I don't give a rat's behind. But anyway, guys, how I end my show, already done. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. One of the hardest working people out there, neurodivergent. But anyway, how I end my show is like you saw earlier at the beginning was the music video. Now I play another one by the same artist, Pogo. But this one I play every time at the end. This one is called One Day With You by Pogo. Again, guys, see schedule on Sunday, check out the links, all that stuff, and also have a great weekend. The weekend is short.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say thank you very much for having me on, and thank you guys for sticking around and watching. It's been fantastic.
Like a dream come true. Anyway, there we go. Yeah, like you said, right there. Yeah, those will be in the comment section down below. So if you are if you view yourself as a viewer or a creator or as both, this is just getting that kind of data that will later become visual for people to see. And if you want to see the I did put out for April, but I didn't pin it because I've got the new ones out. So, but I do have those old like whatever and those link stuff up too. So there's that. But anyway, One Day With You by Pogo. Have a great rest of your weekend, guys, and I will see you next time. Bye. Oh, hold on. Keep waving. See you later.